This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, UFC Fight Week, 3 fights, 1 week, love on our thumbnail. Let's talk about the news with the MMA-Holes. Yeah! Wonderful, wonderful. We are here and live from the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona. And I'm wonderful, wonderful JBH. How are you?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. Look at our beautiful thumbnail. I mean, we've so many. It's just glorious over here. A lot of things to talk about tonight. Love is in the air, Jesse, as we have some fights. 3 fights, 1 week. 3 fight cards, 1 week. Season 5, episode 2. I am ecstatic.
Ecstatic?
Ecstatic.
I haven't heard you use that word in a long time, Moss.
I'm very, very excited about these fights coming up. And the fights this weekend are great. Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. Whew! Fire. We put something on the community poll. And the fight that's going down on Wednesday, Magny versus Chiesa, damn, 50%, dead even. Who's going to win that fight? So makes for a good main event. You know, we're supposed to have Chimaev versus a Leon Edwards, but that fight is postponed, and it is going to happen apparently. But this is our main event here. So we got this, you know, it's a little teaser, not teaser. I can't say appetizers because in the middle. What's the course between the appetizer and the main course? What's that? What's that meal called?
The salad?
The hand job?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was a course between
Yeah, you know, you go to a wedding, you get like the salad. Then I guess
it's the appetizer, salad.
No, it's salad, appetizer,
no.
and entree.
Salad is after appetizer.
Fuck eats the salad
That's
after
why
the
it's
appetizer.
called the appetizer. It's the first.
No.
It's
Oh,
the
you
beginning.
mean you're talking about the cocktail hour? I didn't think about the cocktail hour. So you're saying the cocktail hour, which has hors d'oeuvres and appetizers,
appetizer,
would be Max Holloway.
Salad.
Nah, let's go salad, appetizer, and then entree. Let's do that.
Who eats a salad before the appetizer?
You ever go to a wedding?
Yes.
Yeah, so when you go
we
to
went to what's her face? No,
Yeah.
there was no salad before the appetizer. No.
When you go to a wedding.
Appetizer.
No. When you go to a wedding, there's the cocktail hour where there is a tables of appetizers. But then when you sit down, there's a salad. Maybe there's a tomato with a piece of cheese next to it.
Yes.
And then after that is a pasta.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And then
or
after
like the
that
main course is like fish.
is an entree.
No, there was no pasta. It was like appetizer, salad, and fish.
How many weddings have you gone to?
Just the one with you.
Yeah, just one. I've been to a million weddings. There's no possible way. It's salad.
There was
anyway,
no.
So the salad, pasta. Who gives a fuck? 3 fight cards, and it's kicking off with Holloway versus.
Holloway versus Moss.
What would you do if I just vanished? Like,
where'd you go?
What would you do? What would you do if like I was like Holloway versus, and then poof, I was gone.
You know what
right?
Moss did today, guys?
If I go like this, if I go, okay, yeah, Saturday night's Holloway versus.
Oh God, Moss's brain has been MIA lately. We were on our way home from the doctor today, and he completely missed our exit to get home.
That was a calculated move.
He was just sitting there driving like this.
That was a calculated move.
And then the exit passes, and I'm like,
Yeah,
where are you going?
Okay, but what do we have? But what do we have when we got off the exit?
McDonald's.
It just so happened McDonald's is at that exit. It's like, oh, I missed it. Let's get some McGriddles. Anyway, all right, what are we starting with tonight?
Oh, God. All right. Let's start with Michael Chandler. I know he's not...
Michael Chandler? Michael Chandler?
Yeah, we have so much to get to. I just want to cover this real quick.
Michael Chandler. We'll talk about... There's 3 major fight cards. What do you mean Michael Chandler?
UFC 257, Moss.
Oh, my God.
That's UFC Fight Island.
Oh, that's true. He's on, who's he, the co-main event? I mean, I don't know. Is that really what we're starting with?
He's on the cards.
Yeah, I know, but what the fuck? He's the co-main events of... all right, whatever. Go ahead, let's do it.
We're not just going to talk about the main events.
Michael Chandler. I look at this thumbnail. Look at all these beautiful people in this thumbnail. They're all in love.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about just the main events.
Well, I mean, it's the thumbnail.
What?
They're in love. Which couple do you like the best, by the way?
The Conor Dustin couple, I think, is funny.
Conor Dustin, yeah.
But the Max Holloway and Kattar one is pretty freaking fun. They're all funny, honestly.
They're in love. By the way, people are, I see these comments about me hating on Kattar. I don't hate Kattar. Who
said you hated on Kattar?
I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know. I see in the chat. I see in the comment section. I see all these people.
I don't ever remember you implying you hated Kattar.
Then someone in the chat said something like, I'm a New Yorker, so and he's from Massachusetts. So there's what? The fuck does that even mean? By the way,
East Coast guys gotta stick together.
I'm a fucking Met fan. I'm a Met fan. I have no animosity towards anyone in Massachusetts. I mean, even the Patriots. Who cares? We're their daddy. So why would I care being a Giants fan? Why would I hate I like Massachusetts. We did so many events in Massachusetts. In fact, Kattar came from CES. I don't hate Kattar, and I wouldn't mind if he won. That'd be kind of a cool story.
Maybe people are just looking to pin something on you to
because I am not picking him. I automatically hate Kattar. He does have that face though. He does have a weird face that you're like, that guy could be a scumbag. I don't know.
It's because the hair, Moss. It's the hair.
It's the flowy Fabio hair.
Yeah.
All right, so take a good look. I want everyone to take a good look at this thumbnail. Okay, now let's talk about Michael Chandler.
Wonderful.
Just get him out of the way.
All right.
According to Adam Gillen Jr. of MMA Mania, Michael Chandler is going to start calling some shots with his win over Dan Hooker at UFC 257 as expected. Basically what he said was either way there's going to be a lot of clarity on January 23rd after these 2 fights happen, and then we kind of see what happens. Obviously, he'll be campaigning for #1 contender fight, a title fight. Do you think that he deserves a title fight after Dan Hooker?
Yes, I do.
What?
Yes. Yep, I do.
Of all of the lightweight contenders
Yeah.
out there, Moss, and you think Michael Chandler should just fight Dan Hooker, win, and get boosted up to the title spot?
If Hooker wins, he's 1 fight off from a title shot,
Moss,
right? He's back in the mix. But if Michael Chandler wins, hold on a second. If Michael Chandler wins, I'm telling you right now, okay, a lot of people want to see that Charles Oliveira guy, and I get it. He probably is the guy that deserves the shot, right? A lot of people want to see that, but there's a reason why Michael Chandler is the co-main event of this fight card. There's a reason for this. If Michael Chandler just demolishes Hooker, you can lock it up that Michael Chandler will get the title shot. You can literally lock it up.
You can lock it up.
I'm telling you. I see these things.
No,
I know how the UFC works.
Shot, Moss? The winner of Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje
should be
the winner of Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier.
But this is the UFC, Jesse.
No,
this is
that
the UFC.
Is what, Dana White already confirmed that's what's happening.
And the co-main event, I'm telling you right now, if Michael Chandler runs over Dan Hooker, the UFC will be like, the Bellator guy, he's got to come over here and do it. It's kind of like how Conor fight Eddie Alvarez, reversed, It's like a reversed fight.
It's not happening.
The UFC would make that happen.
Michael Chandler fights Dan Hooker, and then he gets one more fight. In fact, I would say he fights Dan Hooker, and then he fights maybe whoever.
Michael Chandler will get the shot. If Michael Chandler runs over Hooker, if he runs over Hooker, runs him over.
Why would it? Okay, let's say
won't,
this.
But if he does.
Let's say this. Let's say Conor McGregor gets the title after fighting the winner. Wait.
He will.
Wait.
Yes.
After, and this is just a theory. It could be anybody, really. But let's say after fighting the winner of Gaethje Oliveira, he wins. He gets the title. Do you honestly think that the next fight for Conor McGregor, Dana White's going to be like, all right, put Michael Chandler in there?
Yes.
No, he would not. He would not.
Okay, who was the guy that was on standby for Khabib versus Gaethje?
That's a whole other fight.
No, but who was on
It's
standby?
not the same fight at all.
Who was on standby?
Michael Chandler.
Okay. So I see. This is
It's
why.
not the same fight at all.
But this is why I'm here, Jesse. I
had
am
Michael Chandler on standby because he knew that if Gaethje fell out, Khabib would destroy him. And he knew that Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje would make a fair and fun fight for fans.
And how do you
He
feel?
would not put Conor McGregor as his first title defense against Michael Chandler.
Why should people trust you when you were telling them that GSP is going to fight Khabib? Why should anyone trust you?
Was I wrong? GSP did say that he would come back and fight Khabib.
And you're wrong again. Here's the deal. There's a reason why, 34 or 32 years old, how old's Michael Chandler? There's a reason why he's in the UFC. It's not because, hey, let's fight 5 fights and go to the title. No, they're going to input him. If things work the way the UFCs are planning it out.
He's not going to let Conor's first defense be against Michael Chandler. He will not do it. I have a feeling Conor and Chandler will fight if Conor does obtain the title. However, his first title defense will not be Michael Chandler.
Now, here's the thing. I am not saying that Michael Chandler is going to beat Hooker because, honestly, I'm leaning towards Hooker. I think Hooker should win that fight. He should. But if he doesn't, and he gets plowed, if the Hooker gets plowed by the Chandler just drops him and ground and pounds his face into the mat. First round done. You're telling me that they're not going to put him in play? You're out of your mind. Out of your mind. You know how the UFC works.
I'm out of my mind, but you're over here making some bizarro fucking matchup for Conor McGregor as his first title defense, not even thinking that Dana White has every intention to keep Conor in the game this year. Like, it doesn't make any, and I'm
oh my God.
out.
I can't believe the people that don't agree with me. I can't believe this. See, this is the UFC. Right over here is the UFC. The pulse. I have my finger on the pulse of the UFC. I see these things. I've been right over and over again about people. Hey, if this happens, that's going to happen. What? How are you doubting me? How are you? I know these things. Now, listen. Chandler has to run over Hooker. He has to. He has to run over Hooker. That's what has to happen. And
wait,
most likely that's not going to happen.
If it goes to a decision and Chandler still wins,
if it's a decision, but you know what?
Wait a minute. So if it goes to a decision and Chandler still wins the decision,
if it's a war, right?
Then
Which
does
it
Chandler
could very
still
well be.
fight Conor for his first title defense?
It's a possibility, but it's not a lock.
No.
It's not a lock.
No way. No.
It's a
no
possibility.
way.
Okay, let me speak some fucking sense. What does the UFC do with Conor McGregor? Okay, Conor McGregor's their big cash cow. Conor McGregor's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the face. Habib's gone, right? Yes. That's it. He's done. So here's Conor McGregor. He's the guy. He's the golden calf, okay? What are you going to do if Conor McGregor beats Dustin Poirier? You're going to put him against Oliveira, who can fucking drag him to the mat and beat the fuck out of him?
Yes!
No, you don't do that if you're the UFC. If you're a business, you know what's going to happen.
So
they're going to find a way.
You would put him against Michael Chandler, but not Oliveira.
The UFC will put him against Michael Chandler over Oliveira if Chandler looks spectacular against
what
Hooker.
happened to your idea of Justin Gaethje being deserving of the title shot again?
Justin Gaethje, he lost. But you know what?
I said that, and you told me.
But here's the thing. I said I'd rather see Gaethje fight Conor. Yes, I would rather see that. That's me.
Oh,
am I the fucking...
how the turntables.
The turntables? What's this? What, DJs now?
The Office, Moss.
Okay, listen.
Have you ever seen The Office?
You're mixing up my feelings and my opinion and what I'm saying about the UFC, okay? What I'm saying the UFC will do,
right, so do me
and
a
what
favor
Mystic Moss wants.
Differentiate your feelings and opinions versus your logical explanation of what's going to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay? I don't really want to see Michael Chandler fight Conor McGregor right now. I don't want to see that, right? If he does win and whatever, I don't know. I'd rather see Gaethje, to be honest. That's my top guy, right? Then Oliveira. Oliveira probably deserves it more than Gaethje, but as a fan, as a Mystic Mac fan, I would rather see Gaethje Conor. That's the fight I would like to see, right? To shut everyone up because everyone's like, oh, Conor gets smashed by Gaethje. I would like to see that fight, okay? Now, if I'm the fucking UFC... and I put Chandler as the co-main event, the fucking Bellator champion, all right, coming over here. And not he wasn't the Bellator champ when he left, but still, he was a Bellator champion. Michael Chandler was a G in Bellator. If he runs over Hooker, okay, there's a reason why he is there. God forbid Poirier gets hurt. Or Conor gets it. You don't think Chandler's slipping in?
No way. No.
Oh my God.
No, I don't think Chandler's slipping.
Nobody cares about Chandler. Move on.
Apparently, people do.
Hate to break it to you.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be in the news.
My God. First of all, this is all your fault. Chandler should not be the first fucking story.
Listen, we're talking about UFC Fight Island week. And he is in UFC Fight Island week.
He's the co-main event of the third fight.
We're not just talking about the main events. We have to talk about
He's
everything.
He's the co-main event of the third fight card. We have two other cards before that.
He's the co-main of the pay-per-view. It's important to talk about him.
I'm telling you right now. Listen to me, okay? First of all, I want to slit my throat because we're opening the show with Michael Chandler, okay? So I want to commit suicide. But besides that, I am speaking facts here. There is a reason why the UFC is doing what they're doing.
The facts.
Wonderful.
Let's get the facts.
It's the truth. And there's the facts.
Dana knows Khabib isn't going to fight Conor again, so what's the next biggest fight? The Diaz trilogy. UFC will make Nate versus Charles because he's on a hot streak and Nate can possibly steal his shine.
Okay.
Chandler will fight Gaethje if he wins.
Okay.
Facts.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Nate versus Charles because he's on a hot streak.
Nate has a fight coming up.
And by the way, Nate cannot steal Charles's shine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I hate to break it to you. That's not happening.
So Nate Diaz is fighting. They're putting something in play.
A lightweight fight.
And it's not Charles Oliveira.
Charles Oliveira has been slated to fight Justin Gaethje. They don't have a date set for it yet.
I think Fax is on drugs.
But Dana White has already slated Charles Oliveira to fight Justin Gaethje. Chandler is already scheduled for the co-main event at UFC 257 against Dan Hooker. So that can't happen.
Yeah.
And even if it did happen, let's just say your like bizarre world theory was correct. Nate stands no chance against Charles.
Okay, listen, you know what Nate Diaz is here for? Let's be serious, okay? Nate Diaz, who will be fighting, win or lose, no matter what happens, Nate Diaz is the backup plan if Conor McGregor loses to Poirier. That's what Nate Diaz is around for. He's that big trilogy fight. If Conor loses against Poirier, or if Conor beats Poirier and then loses the next fight for the belt, Nate Diaz is the standby guy, big money, BMF type, bullshit fight.
He's the
trilogy.
fun fight.
That's what Nate Diaz is there for.
Yeah.
So Fax, I don't know what the fuck you're smoking, but thank you for
He's
the donation.
smoking the facts, Moss.
Thank you. You're wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's move on from Chandler.
All right. All right. Well, there you have it.
That fucking Chandler vortex that we got sucked into.
According to Nolan King and John Morgan of MMA Junkie, Dana White has previewed UFC 257 headliner. And guess what, Moss? He used the quote, motivated Conor.
You know why?
Now, mind you, and I told people to timestamp this, Mystic Moss came up with motivated McGregor.
No, hold on a second. Well,
I
did not come up with that.
You're the first person I heard it from.
I came up with Math Gregor.
Oh,
motivated
McGregor.
Yes.
McGregor, that's what it was.
And Dana will be saying Math Gregor soon.
Yeah, McGregor.
But motivated McGregor has been going
corrected.
on. That's been a joke that's going on before.
You're right.
That's an MMA Twitter thing.
McGregor.
Yeah.
You gotta
Math
keep
Gregor.
that in my head.
Dana White will be saying Math Gregor.
McGregor.
Mark my words. Okay, get into the story.
All right. So he's basically just previewing the headliner for UFC 257 coming up. And he did talk about, you remember that little spiff that they had?
Why do they have no heads? What's the deal with this picture? Why are their heads lopped
they
off?
gave us. I don't know.
What kind of picture is this?
Thanks, MMA Junkie.
MMA Junkie's like, you do not need to see their heads.
It's a video, so you're not going to get a picture.
That's a bizarre picture. You know what? When you got a bunch of cunty photographers out there, you got to lop off the heads in pictures, apparently.
So remember that little like tiff that they got into, Dana White and Conor McGregor?
Wonderful, wonderful.
But why?
Math Gregor.
Math Gregor. That's right.
Math Gregor.
Everyone in the chat, spam the Math Gregor for God's
I got
sakes.
it mixed up with motivated McGregor.
So Khabib is going to run from the Conor rematch. That's obvious.
Wait, we're not talking about that yet.
Okay.
Wait.
So now the Math Gregor, we're not going to find out about Math Gregor right yet because I put it in place with the Khabib fight, saying
Gregor.
how he will beat Khabib. But now that ship has sailed. So now it's this vacated belt, which the pay-per-view next Saturday is not for a strap, according to Dana White. You never know. Maybe Fight Week, they're like, oh, surprise, belt. Which I don't get why it's not for a strap. If Khabib has his fucking sushi dinner with Dana White.
First it was supposed to be, and then I guess their dinner got postponed, so now Dana White's going to have dinner with him. He said it was going to be like a 5-minute conversation. It's a yes or no answer pretty much. But because their dinner isn't happening until up until or after the UFC 257 date, he can't say it's for a title.
So I have a feeling Dana White's going to have this couple pieces of paper, in a little envelope. And he's gonna sit down
this much.
and he's gonna slide it in front of Habib, and Habib's gonna okay, let me look, and opens it up, right?
But
and
Dana
then
White,
he sees a lot of zeros. He sees an empty line, looking for a signature for a one-off fight.
Dana White did say that Habib has all the money in the world and he doesn't need any more money. That's what he said.
But why do you think Dana White wants to get him back? He's a big ticket right now, right? If he goes for 30-0 and if he blends that with the whole Conor McGregor situation, it's a big deal. So I can see Dana White saying, listen, I'm going to make this short and sweet. Slides the paper in front of him. Habib's like, hey, let me look. Smesh.
That's not gonna happen. All right, let's get back to this story. Do you remember the tiff that happened between Dana White and McGregor?
The tip?
Tiff.
The tip, yes.
Yeah, they kind of
He broke a bro code.
Yeah, when he was releasing the DMs about him wanting to fight Sanchez and all that stuff.
Well,
wait.
Yeah, hold on. I remember.
No, there's
Jesse.
no crying going on.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when Dana White was literally called out for being a blatant liar, right? And then Conor's like, you want to lie? Takes the screenshots and throws it on the interwebs. He's like, you're breaking bro code. Nah, you're called out for being a straight up liar. Is that what you're talking about?
Pretty much.
Okay, Dana, listen, you're never coming on the show, so I might as well call you out.
But wait, Dana White did say things are a lot better now. He said it's one thing to have Conor back. It's another thing to have Conor back. You know what he means, Moss?
Yeah, he's like, it's like Max Holloway when he says it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, he says things twice. It makes no sense. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. He said this is the motivated Conor. When Conor is like he is right now, you're guaranteed for something. I think the time off is what's given him this. He's as famous can be. Another Max Holloway one, Moss. You said he's got all the money in the world. There's a lot of things that drive you crazy about this sport. It gets you to a point where you just I don't want anything to do with this right now. Once you get away from it for a while, you start to remember all the things that you love about it. I can imagine for a fighter, I couldn't speak on that side about the level of training that they do in fight week and all the things that they go into, but I think you start to miss it. I think that's where he was. I've seen it happen with so many other guys. I think that's his motivation right now. Now, with regard to the little thing that happened between them, he says things are good. And he said there's a difference between business being good and personal being good. And he said things are good all around with Conor, business and personal.
Well, yeah, money heals everything, right? It does. Who cares? Listen, if Dana White could forgive Colby Covington for walking up with a camera and blatantly showing his side piece at the blackjack table and say, hey, I'm going to move on. I'm going to bring you to the White House.
Covington's intentions were not to show who Dana White was cheating on his wife with.
Listen, it's all business. It's all business. No matter how fucked up something is, it's all about money in the long run, right? Dana's a promoter. So he's got to go out there and he's got to swallow his pride. And listen, Conor's the big draw. You start in 2021 up where you got to hold grudges.
I mean,
you move on.
He could have very easily held a grudge.
Why? Was he? Hold on a second. What do you think this is? You know what, Jesse? When I went to the gynecologist today, right?
She's not a gynecologist.
Whatever the hell she is. What is she?
She's an OBGYN.
Okay. When I went to the
yeah,
it's a gynecologist.
She's a gynecologist.
Bitch doctor, right?
But she's a baby doctor.
Very nice lady. And we saw our baby's face for the first time, and it was glorious. Beautiful face. Looked like Drunk Savage. A little weird, right? No,
Ew.
that's a joke.
Ew, that's not a good joke.
Is there something you should tell me, Jesse?
Ew.
Anyway, filled with women, females, walking amongst. I felt like I was in Wonder Woman. Where all the Amazon women are walking around. I'm like, where the hell are the dudes? Not one fucking dude here, right?
Yes.
The UFC's not like that. Men. Okay? Men on men. These are men decisions. They're not holding grudges against each other, unless you're Dustin Poirier and Colby Covington.
Yes.
But within the UFC, these are men, Jesse. They move on. Not like that feminine office over there where, you're probably going to hold some grudges. These are men, Jesse.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yes. So why are you surprised that they're moving on?
I'm not surprised.
You just said I asked you if you
said he could have easily held a grudge. I didn't say I was surprised.
And I said why?
Yeah.
Why you hold a grudge?
No, I said
because they're men.
He could have easily held a grudge, Moss.
Why?
Because anybody can.
He's a man. Men don't do that.
That's not true.
Men don't hold
That
grudges.
is not true at all.
Why?
That's not true.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What manly man holds a grudge.
You didn't say manly man.
Yeah, men don't hold
Men
grudges.
can hold grudges.
They can, but they're not men. A man moves on. A man moves on, does not hold a grudge, sticks the knife in the back, pulls it out, licks the blood off, and walks away. Moves on. What is he going to hold a grudge for? Men. Ha. Ha ha. And Gary Banjo Sandwich holds grudges, right? He holds grudges. I don't know if he really counts.
Does he hold grudges?
Yeah.
When's the last time you've heard from him?
Well, he's not here anymore, so that's a grudge. All right. So yeah. So I'm not surprised. He moved on. Who cares?
Well, apparently he doesn't care. What are you getting at?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the point of this story. So why are we talking about this?
Just the story, Moss. You gotta run with the story.
Can we all agree it's a pretty dumb story?
Then make sure you tell.
What's the writer's name?
Who was it? I just X'd out.
Is it John Morgan?
No, I X'd out. I don't know who it was.
It's right here.
Click it.
Hold on. Who we must figure out. Yeah, I think it's John Morgan, right? It's MMA Junkie.
Nolan King and John Morgan.
All right, Nolan King and John Morgan apparently aren't men. They're not men.
Why? They're not holding the grudge.
This is like a soap opera. Who cares?
They're just reporting what was said.
Okay. It's not a slow news week, guys. John Morgan and Nolan King. It's not a slow news week. I mean, you got 3 fucking fight cards. This is the story you pull from Dana White. He's moved on. I'm going to move on. What's the next story?
Max Holloway says it's hard to be mad about Alexander Volkanovski loss when 80 to 90% of the world thought he won the fight.
It's true.
Do you really think 80 to 90% thought he won the fight?
I did. I'm part of that 90%.
90%?
Listen, Max won that fight. The second fight, yes. First fight, no.
I'd love to see in the chat. How many of you guys say yes, Max Holloway won?
He won.
Or no, Max Holloway did not win? I'm just curious in the chat, what percentage of people actually think Max Holloway won that fight?
Did you see Volkanovski's face when they made the decision?
I'm not making an
Volkanovski's
opinion.
like,
I'm not making an opinion. I want to see what they think.
There's no one that thought Volkanovski
Yeah,
won.
Max won the fight. Yes, it was a draw. No. Yes, Max won. Yes, Max won both.
See?
No, Max did not win both.
He won both.
No, yes.
You could make an
yes,
argument for the first
100.
one, too.
Yes, Max won, yes. Kainoto, 48-47 Volkanovski, says Justin. Zen Creation says no.
Okay, so 2 people think Volkanovski, and then
Roberto Lopez says no.
then everyone else
It is
saying
what
yes.
it is.
That's about 90% in the chat right now.
It's very interesting to me. So that's kind of what he's kind of running on, according to Damon Martin of MMA Fighting. Max Holloway isn't drowning in the past despite losing a controversial decision to Alexander Volkanovski in his last appearance in the Octagon. As he prepares to return for a main event showdown against Calvin Kattar at UFC Fight Island 7, which airs on ABC, the former 145-pound king understands the frustration when coming out on the wrong end of what he believes were bad scorecards.
If you think Volkanovski won that fight, you're just trying to be different. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're trying to be different because Max Holloway clearly won that fight.
But there were some people I do remember on the night that
or you're just a big Volkanovski fan.
Yeah, who were very Volkanovski leaning.
Which is fine. I mean, listen, you could be a big fan and say, well, I think it went the right way. And there have been times where I've watched the fight live and then the following day I thought differently. John Jones versus Reyes. I brought that up a million times. But no. Max Holloway won. But it's okay. It's all right. Max moves on. He has a difficult task in front of him with Calvin Kattar. Really has to win this fight. I don't agree with like what James said, that this is kind of like a must win for Max. I don't see that. It's important, but it's not like, I don't think it's like if he loses this fight, that's it. Dude's 29 years old. He just turned 29. You know, he's still young. He still looks like he's got his marbles together, too. Have you heard his interview?
I just want to punch you in the ribs right now.
I know. I just, thank you. Did you see any of his interviews in Fight Week?
No.
You're a terrible MMA hole.
God, I want to punch you in the ribs.
He seems together. I was watching his interview today with the media.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem like this. I think you're off on this one. Like the Tony Ferguson thing where
I didn't say anything about this one.
With the head trauma and stuff like that, you think that it's catching up with Max?
I think he's going to hit a slippery slope.
Not now.
I think that starting with I didn't say he's on one right now. I'm saying starting with the Kattar fight, I think that's going to be the start of a slippery slope.
So you're saying after this fight, but you're picking Kattar.
Yeah.
So
Max Holloway is going to go on a slippery slope.
okay, so why is Kattar gonna win?
I just feel that Max Holloway is not going to be in this fight.
Did you see him in his last fight?
You can use that as an argument. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I think in this fight, forget his past, forget any of that other stuff. I think he's not going to be invested. I think we're not going to see a very similar Max Holloway in this.
Then why didn't you correct me when I said to James Lynch? I was patting you in the back. I was like, maybe you're right about this one, that he's got the brain thing going on, and this is not going to be the same Max.
I said no, because you did. You said exactly what I said when I said he was doing his like gaming stuff.
Oh, I thought this
and
is
he
why
doesn't
you're
seem
picking
invested
Kattar, though.
in fighting.
But didn't you make this the reasoning why you're picking Kattar, though? I'm really confused.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm picking Kattar.
So
What is confusing?
So you do think that he has some issues, right? And he's got some.
I think
mileage.
mentally, he's just kind of done. I mean, not done. Mentally, he's just like
Man.
on a downward slide.
Watch Max with the press. Watch him with Brett Okamoto. He's clean. He's clear.
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure
not
he can
burnt
come
out.
across that way. But in fairness, Tony Ferguson came across clean and clear before his last fight too.
He was making sense in a Max Holloway way. He still talks like Max Holloway. He still talks that pigeon way. But he seemed clear. He seemed focused. He didn't seem like he was all over the place. And he did make mention that he just doesn't like to do interviews. Like, he doesn't like to answer the same questions over and over and over again.
No, but it's not that. Like, if you notice, like, in his interviews before, like, say, like, a year or two ago, he just, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's just how I'm interpreting it, but he just felt more invested then. Now I don't get the same vibe. Watch
his interviews. I'm telling you, Max is, he's going in there. He's going in there hungry. And I was watching Calvin. Calvin, he's pretty even keel. Like, you really can't get much from the guy. It's kind of like a hitman, Calvin. That's why I do like Kattar, because he does come in there with that little chip on his shoulder. You really can't get anything from an interview from him, like which way he's going to go in a fight. He's always going to bring it. But he is the older guy, and he's a very good boxer. But there's something about this fight. I feel we're going to see a Bless that's going to go in there and handle this like he handled Ortega. Like, I feel like he's going to go in there and just be Max Holloway. Not that shell of the former champion. Like, the fuck was that?
Like, can't. God, it
was like a golden retriever. What the hell was that? It was like a golden retriever that just got soaked and trying to get all the water off of him. What happened there?
I'm trying to shake off this urge, like a. I have this bad intrusive thought.
Anyway, let's get back into it. Like, I see, I'm very confident on my Max Holloway pick, and 78% of the community is saying this. Now, help us out here, Jess. You're picking the under. You're picking Kattar.
Wonderful.
DVSV.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus. But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
What?
Some good advice. I don't know.
Burger King foot lettuce?
It's not. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That donation and your shaking of your head, I feel like I'm in a Twilight
Because,
Zone.
Moss, sometimes you just really bother me, you know?
No, I don't know. We're having a MMA conversation here. But remember what I said. Men shake things off.
Yeah, that was me shaking it off. Literally shaking it off.
Women are different, especially when they're pregnant and they have hormones and they want to murder during their hormones. It's kind of, maybe it's like a praying mantis. Not praying mantis. Is it a praying mantis that bites the head off their
mate.
suitor? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're part praying mantis.
Maybe.
I'm so glad I'm not a female. It sounds like it sucks. It looks like it sucks. There's
Thanks.
nothing that seems fun about being a female.
It looks like it sucks.
You, in a couple of months, have to sit on a bed with your legs wide open, and a head is going to crawl out of your fucking vagina.
They don't crawl. You push it out.
It gets sucked out of your vagina with a vacuum cleaner.
No, it doesn't.
Right? Now, I don't want that to happen to me.
Nobody wants it to happen
I
to
wouldn't
them.
be able to prepare myself for this. So there are reasons why you just shake your head for no reason or want to stab me for no reason, because there's a head that is going to be sucked out of your vagina.
It's not going to be sucked out. Stop saying that.
No, it could be.
It's not
My
going to be
nephew's
sucked.
head
I
was
know.
sucked out,
That-
and it came out like a cone
Ugh.
because they couldn't get him out.
It comes out
And
like a cone because your pelvis is too small for the head to fit, so the head shapes. That it doesn't come out of like a cone because of the vacuum.
It does. Jess.
No,
It does. Ask my brother. He was
No,
there.
it comes
And
out
the
like a
vacuum
cone
was stuck on
because the head
my nephew's head.
morphs to
And the
fit
head
through
was
the
like a
canal.
cone.
Oh my goodness.
But do you notice that you're in this conversation? You like this. You like this kind of talk. You like this kind of chip chat.
I was in the last conversation
All right,
too.
Calvin Kattar. Jesse, tell me why he's going to win this fight. Help us out.
I think it's more going to be on Holloway's responsibility. I think Calvin Kattar's an excellent boxer, and I think he's going to put up a hell of a match. And I know Holloway's a dog, and he can take a lot of punishment. And I think that's probably what he's going to do. He's just going to take a lot of punishment. I don't know if we're going to see a finish or anything like that, but I think Calvin Kattar's going to run the distance on this one and get that decision. I don't know. I feel Holloway maybe he runs too much, or he does take the punishment, but the judges, see it in Kattar's favor. I can't really say how it's going to play out. I just know Kattar's going to win.
Who does the UFC want to win this fight?
I think the UFC wants Holloway to win, honestly. Actually, you know what? The UFC probably wants Kattar to win if you think about it. Because if Kattar shoots up the rankings, Holloway's already had his chance twice against Volkanovski. UFC's probably like, all right, fuck this guy. We're just going to use him, as like a stepping stone. They shoot Kattar up, and that makes for more fun fights down the road.
So to the people saying that this is a must-win for Max Holloway, they see Kattar at 6 and they see Max at 1, right? Max mauled Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega looks great. Zabit, I don't know what's up with that guy. Apparently he's coming back, or he's freeing the slaves. I have no idea what's going on. Yair Rodriguez, another one. This guy can't get his head out of his ass. He's getting suspended for this. He gets the UFC kicks him out. They bring him back in. I don't know what's going on. The Korean Zombie didn't look very good in his last fight, and there's Calvin right there. If Max Holloway loses this fight, okay, to the people that are saying that, oh my God, if Max loses this thing, it's a must win for Max Holloway. It's bullshit. Max could bounce back and win a fight. If he loses to Kattar, he could win one fight and be right back in the mix again. It's like the top 7 in Josh Emmett, Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, but do you get hyped up for Josh Emmett?
No, but what I'm saying here is Max could surge right back up there with no problems. This is not a must-win fight for Max Holloway. Another reason why Max is going to win this fight.
I don't even think the UFC expects Max to win this fight, to be honest.
Why wouldn't they? He looked great in his last fight.
No, I think they're trying to shoot Kattar up.
Yeah, if Kattar wins, it's interesting. It's a fresh new face. He's a fun guy to watch. He's a boxer, But Max Holloway, I think it's a win-win for them, to be honest. I think it's a win-win. It's always good to freshen things up, of course. But either way, the UFC wins. And if Max loses, it's not the fucking end of Max Holloway. I mean, Jesus. Please. Stop.
In fairness, I did ask. Remember when Dana White said he was going to cut 60 fighters and all this, that if Max Holloway lost this next fight, that they would cut him?
Okay.
So it makes
you think he gets cut?
No, I don't think he gets cut. But the fact that the question came into my head at that time, it does kind of make you wonder, like, if I'm thinking that, I'm sure people in the UFC and the matchmakers are thinking, maybe Max is kind of done.
Max is a company guy.
Maybe he is just a stepping stone for everyone else now.
But he's a game fighter. He's down to fight. Like, if there's a situation and they need to throw him in there, he's down to sling the gloves around. He's had problems with weight cuts and stuff, but if he is able to make this weight, and he seems like he's having a good weight cut again, we'll see him on the scales. If he looks like he's going to fall over on the scale, then it might be time for him to move up to 155, or who knows? Maybe the UFC does say goodbye. I don't know.
I'm sorry I said I wanted to punch you in the ribs. I'm sorry. I don't actually want to punch you in the ribs. It was just a feeling that I had in the moment.
Thank you.
There was no reason for it.
Okay.
I love you.
Thank you. I love you too, Jesse.
Okay. Okay. Let's get back to Max Holloway.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Lady, why is your hair still red? Why are you starting to look a lot like Cher? Is Moss gonna become Bono? That turned out in a divorce. Please don't become a Cher.
This is my natural hair color up here. It's all natural now. It all grew out. It was this red when I dyed it. Thanks for telling me I look like Cher.
This is a weird night. There's no full moon, right?
It's great.
I feel like I'm surrounded by psychopaths. I literally feel like there are psychopaths in this chat over here. There's psychopaths in the donations. Look at that beautiful yard, by the way. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
What's going on? All right. So I got Holloway.
Yeah.
Jesse's got Kattar.
Yes.
And a lot of people are picking Max Holloway. If Jesse gets his pick right, it's pretty mystical of her.
Super chat.
Who wins, Rob versus Costa? My money's on the champ, Rob.
Yeah, I would listen. I don't think it's easy to want to pick Costa after seeing his last knockout. And I know it's not fair because Costa was on an incredible undefeated run before he got knocked out. But you have to think Bobby Knuckles, especially his last fight, came back looking fire. I don't see Costa getting any upper hand or any leverage on Whittaker at all. So I would have to go Whittaker.
Okay. I'm picking Whittaker just because I am biased. I like Robert Whittaker a lot. So I lean towards Whittaker a lot in fights, but I think he's very good, and he looked extremely good in his last fight. So even more of a reason for me to pick Whittaker. What I don't understand, and I picked Adesanya, you picked Adesanya over Costa. I don't understand the people that picked Costa and jumped so far off that ship. Like, that thing lit on fire, and every Costa supporter just evacuated. Like, just legit evacuated that ship. They left. And now here's Paulo Costa, the worst fighter in middleweight, apparently.
It's not like they... I feel like... Here's the thing. I don't think there were, like, heavy Paulo Costa support. I don't think they were, like, diehard, like... Oh, Paulo Costa all day, every day.
There was a lot of Paulo Costa fans thinking he was unbeatable.
But it wasn't like...
Where are they?
It wasn't like head over heels fans. It was just people who supported Paulo Costa, and then, like, when he got knocked out, it's like, maybe he's not as much as everyone thought he was.
Because
like,
he got butt fucked.
But it's not like Sean O'Malley fans or Conor McGregor fans or Izzy fans where they're, like, diehard, like, win or lose, I got his back kind of thing. It wasn't like that. Like, Paulo Costa's fan base, it didn't seem like that. It seemed more like, I support him, but if he loses,
people legit
whatever.
thought he was unbeatable.
Because he had an undefeated record for all that time.
Yeah, everyone was on board with this thing.
Everyone's beatable. And I think people knew that, and then when they saw him get knocked out, it's like,
well,
whatever. You know, like, Now, if Izzy lost, then I'd be fucking devastated.
You know what, though? If Izzy lost, guess what would happen? If Izzy got embarrassed.
I would never jump off the Izzy ship.
But
never.
You know what? You are in the minority. Because
I don't think so.
A lot of people will jump off the Izzy banner. Look what happened to Conor.
I disagree, and here's why I disagree.
Look at Conor.
But a lot of people stayed on the Conor train.
But then again, he did a lot of things wrong for people to leap off. But a lot of people leaped off.
And Costa is no Izzy. Costa is no Conor. Costa is like, yeah, he's a good fighter. He had that undefeated streak, and people were on board with him and stuff. But he didn't market himself to be the famed love of his division. So it's not like people really cared when he lost. I
think people cared. I think people were crushed when he lost.
I don't think people were upset, but it wasn't hard for them to jump off the train.
Yeah, well, it's not hard for any MMA fan to jump off a train.
It would be hard for me to jump off of the train.
You jumped off Darren Till?
I did not. I don't know why you keep saying that.
You leaped head first.
I have no idea why you shit. I never jumped off the tilt. No, I didn't.
You make him lose the fight terribly inside of the cage. You make him spread his ass cheeks. Now you enter his backstage.
Yeah.
And you fill it with your rage.
Come on.
Style bender, one fight. Izzy is inside Costa. Izzy is inside Costa.
Look at that. Perfect timing.
Maybe I liked it.
Good. Oh, good.
Oh, man. You guys save. I swear to God, you guys save the show sometimes. Sometimes you need a Medal of Honor.
Why? What's wrong?
Sometimes I think when the show is going downhill.
Why is the show going downhill?
What the hell's going on? When the show is going downhill, what happens? The chat is there to pick us back up and be like, we got you, boys. And that donation was spectacular. It was wonderful, wonderful.
I didn't think the show was going downhill, but...
Oh, That donation saved the show. Thank you very much.
What happened, Moz?
It's okay. All right, let's get on to another story over here as we are split with. Actually, before we get to the next story, Who do you have in the Kattar versus Holloway fight in the chat? The people have to speak right now. Who you got? You got Fro Holloway or you got Calvin Swagalicious Kattar?
Mike of Indy says, all that for 450. 2 joints, Medal of AIDS honor. Taco Slippery says he took him to Abu Dhabi to smash. The MMA Superfan says, thanks fucking illegal. Mastone dropping the like buttons. Jonathan McRae says, Max baby, the MMA Superfan blessed. Joe B has Holloway. The MMA Genie Moss, I have Max, but if he loses, he's over. Maybe he gets a win, but not another title shot.
Okay, all right. Justin, listen. I understand.
Or maybe not over, but he's not going to be as hyped by the UFC as he was, and he'll most likely be used as kind of a stepping stone for other fighters to shoot up the rankings.
Justin is young, right? You have to think,
Like,
when Max Holloway was Max Holloway, Justin was sucking on his mama's tit,
I don't think he's forgetting that. He's
no,
just saying now.
You can't forget something that you didn't see live. You understand what I'm saying? That you can't forget that. And I think what's happening with Justin, and I appreciate Justin's a smart kid.
There's a bunch of fights that I haven't seen live that I remember.
Max is not done. He is not. What I saw in that Volkanovski fight, I realized, wait, hold on a second. Just Max Holloway, he still got it. Okay? And even if he loses his Kattar fight, okay? Even if he loses his Kattar fight, Max Holloway, I made a very good argument to why he is still in the mix. If you look at the people that are in the mix.
He said he saw Max fight Aldo twice.
Okay. You saw Max fight Aldo twice. That's great. So one guy, right? One guy that he's a better matchup than, right? One guy that he fought that was an Aldo who's still good, but wasn't.
You make him lose the fight terribly inside of the cage. You make him spread his ass cheeks. Now you enter his backstage and you fill it with your rage. Come on, style bender, one fight. Izzy is inside COSTA. Izzy is inside COSTA.
Up pointing finger. The most telling part about this GIF is how natural Israel is with that position,
yes.
How easily he commands it. A straight dude would make it look awkward, but not Israel. Baby bottle, baby bottle.
Don't hate.
Thank you, Kainoto. He is pretty natural with that. Look at Max Holloway over here. He lost to Volkanovski. You can make an argument that he might have won those two. He definitely won the last one, but it doesn't matter. L's an L. Beats Frankie Edgar, unanimous decision, looked great. Dustin Poirier's got his number. Bad matchup. Did it at 145. Did it at 155. Remember, this is a 155-pound fight, okay? Brian Ortega. He literally beat the living shit out of Brian Ortega. How good is Brian Ortega?
That was a good fight.
I mean, it wasn't a good fight. It was Max Holloway just spanking my man.
That was a really good fight. What are you talking about? I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching that fight. There was blood everywhere.
Okay. You're a Brian Ortega fan, right?
And Ortega didn't even fall. And Holloway helped him partway through on his strike or his blocking or striking. I can't remember what it was.
You're a Brian Ortega fan and you enjoyed that fight.
It was a brutal fight.
It was literally...
Brian Ortega kept coming forward like a dog, even though he was getting the shit kicked out of him.
It was literally like, son, boy, get the switch. And a beating.
It was a good fight.
A complete beating for 4 rounds.
I liked it a lot.
A complete beating.
That's okay.
Like, it was a beating. It was like...
what does that not make it a good fight?
How is it? No, it was a beating. Like, how is that a good fight?
It's fun. It's fun to watch.
To watch a man just get beaten.
Why are you criticizing how I enjoy fights? Everybody enjoys fights differently. Just because they don't enjoy it the same way you do.
A great fight is two people competing
to you.
And just making something mesmerizing, right?
I think seeing someone get the shit kicked out of them is still a good fight.
A one-sided beating is a good fight.
Hell yes. I'm sorry you don't agree. What do you want me to do? Change my mind?
Oh my God. If you're a Max Holloway fan, yeah, it was a great fight because you got to see your fighter beat the living shit out of the hype train.
I got to see my fighter still come in like a dog, even though he was getting the shit kicked out of him.
Like a dog, he got embarrassed. He looked like shit.
Of course he did. Yes, of course he did. But it was still a good fight to me. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it, and I would watch it again.
We were like begging them to stop that fight. How is that a good fight?
I wasn't begging him to stop the fight.
Okay. Anyway, back to Max Holloway being done, okay? Loses 2 to Volkanovski, okay? Loses that one to Dustin Poirier, and, you know, the rest is history. Pretty legendary run by Max Holloway, right? Before that, the only loss was to Conor, right? You also have the Anthony Pettis. Finishes Anthony Pettis. Oh, but Pettis got hurt. He still fucking finished him. I don't give a shit. He finished him. Jose Aldo, the greatest 145 of all time. Max took twice. Brian Ortega, the hype train. Matt beat the living shit out. Max beat the shit out of him. So Dustin Poirier's got his number. He does. Dustin Poirier beats Max. It's just how it works. Matchups, styles. Frankie Edgar, legend Frankie Edgar. Max got the unanimous. And then you got these two Volkanovskis. There is no evidence besides his speech, which is fine now. Oh, I'm showing the chat. Excuse me. I was showing the chat the whole fucking time. I was supposed to be showing stuff on Tapology, but I showed the chat, so you got to see yourself. There's no evidence here. There is no evidence of Max, and thank you, Jesse, for letting me know this.
I didn't even notice.
You're so mesmerized. There's no evidence here that Max Holloway, the only thing you can say is possibly because, hey, he's having trouble to make him 145, but now it looks like he's making it fine. There's no evidence. There is no fucking evidence that, hey, if Max Holloway loses to Kattar, who is very fucking good, right? Very good. If Max Holloway loses to Kattar, he's not done. The fuck are we talking about?
I don't think that's what Justin's meaning. Maybe his words come across that way, and maybe you're interpreting it literally.
But it's not just him. Other people think this way.
But maybe, and I could be wrong, Justin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but perhaps he's implying that he's not done, but he's not going to be in that title contention having lost 4 of his last 5 fights, and that the UFC is not going to be hyping him up and pushing him the way that they have in the past.
He lost the
So
fights that he
maybe that's
lost.
what he means by done. Like, he doesn't mean like, oh, he's just going to stop fighting and quit. Like, I don't think that's what he means.
Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on. You're saying 4 of his last 5 fights. What are you talking about? He lost 3 fights.
I'm sorry, 3 of his last 4 fights. My bad.
Okay. And 2 of them was to one guy. And the other one was to a guy he's lost to already as well. Right? So, I mean, this is not the worst losing streak in the world here. We're basically talking about a 2-fight losing streak. That's what we're talking about here.
Okay, but see.
That's
okay.
not even a real 2-fight losing streak because he won his last fight.
Now listen to what I'm saying, because I think you're not listening to what is being said.
I'm trying to listen, but it's bouncing off my face.
So Justin just confirmed that what I'm saying is the right analysis.
It's called backpedaling, yes?
No, it's not backpedaling. I understood him from the beginning. You think he's just saying he's done and he's just going to stop fighting.
He said in the chat he's done.
But that's how you interpreted it.
That's what he said.
You took his words literally.
I'm sorry. If you say in the chat he's done, I'm going to address it like
that's not what he meant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to understand what he meant. But
Yes.
not what he's articulating in the chat.
I understood
Okay?
what he meant. He means that the UFC is not going to hype him and push him as much as they have in the past. Are you listening?
Okay.
Are you listening?
Why is...
And that he'll be more of a stepping stone now instead of a title contender. That's what he means by done.
Why would the UFC not push a guy that is a legendary 145er?
Well,
and then on
that's
top
something
of that,
you can go back with
and,
Justin
and then
about.
on top of that, a company man that will step in no matter what.
Okay.
He will fight a
Don't
weight
ask
class
me.
up.
That's something you can ask Justin. I'm just telling you what Justin meant.
He's a company man. You know how the UFC treats company men, Cowboy Cerrone. Guys that will go in there and fill in no matter what. He wants to fight Khabib. He was willing to fight Khabib. If it wasn't for that last second trying to cut that weight, the dude was willing to come in there. This is a company man.
Okay.
You're telling me.
Wait. He said,
Oh
never
my
said
God.
won't
This
push.
is casual time.
Wait, never said won't push. So that's something I interpreted wrong. So the UFC will still push him, but it's going to be more of like a stepping stone than it would be like a
I'm sorry,
title
Jesse.
contention.
Are
fight.
you misreading what Justin's saying?
But I am acknowledging it and
Okay.
correcting
So
it,
what-
unlike
so,
you.
No, I'm trying to help you out. You're misinterpreting him, and I'm misinterpreting him, right? We're
But
both
he's explaining it,
Here's
so
the
try
thing.
to understand it.
He is wrong. It's
I'm not
we're-
saying who's
we're
right
not
or wrong.
We're
I'm
not
just
misinterpreting
interpreting what's being
We're not
said.
misinterpreting. We are addressing what he is saying in the chat, and he is completely wrong. Wrong. And listen, Max Holloway, if he loses to Calvin Kattar, it's fine. It's not the end of the fucking world. So if you're a blessed fan, don't listen to these casuals. Please listen to the real voice of reason over here, for God's sakes. That's why I'm here. That's why they pay me the big bucks, Jesse. You know? Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right,
Good
let's move on,
Lord.
for God's sakes.
Anyways, according to Simon Head and
Simon Head.
John Morgan of MMA Junkie, Dana White confirms that Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev has been rebooked for March 13th main event.
Super chat.
Super chat. Clayton.
Izzy's gonna lose to Jen. Then he's gonna come back to MW and get his own teabagging from Rob in their rematch. And why
Oh,
don't
man.
Alex get credit?
That is not going to happen, first of all. Izzy's going to win Tian, and then he's going to try and figure out how to retain the belt in both divisions. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried something at heavyweight, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
It's a long shot, because if you see what Izzy did to Robert Whittaker, it's a long shot to say in a rematch Robert could win that fight. But there is a little glimmer of hope. I do believe that Robert Whittaker, his mind was not in the right place in that fight. His game plan was all off. He got frantic. Can I talk? He played into Izzy's game plan, and Izzy played him like a fiddle, right?
God, I hate that you say that. Like, oh,
the truth.
His mind wasn't right. Was his mind right when he fought Stephen Wonderboy, who had a very similar pinpoint striking style to Israel Adesanya?
The dude admitted that he had mental problems.
It was an
What the
excuse.
fuck? An excuse?
An excuse.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord. Why can't you just give Izzy
Oh
the
my
credit?
God. I'm on fire tonight. I have been right
Izzy-
about everything tonight.
Just
This
because
is
you
insane.
say you're right doesn't make you
It's
right.
the
You
truth.
understand this? Like, just because you have an opinion of something doesn't make your opinion right automatically because you
It's not
you assume
opinion.
it's right.
It's facts.
He had mental health problems and he used them as an excuse for his
Did he not
loss.
have a big family? Oh, my God.
Hey mofos, thanks for the B-Day wish and congrats on, girl.
Thank you, Harvey. Appreciate it. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful,
Jesse,
wonderful.
you have a short-term memory. He had major family problems, did he not?
I didn't say he didn't.
Okay, he had a lot of shit going on
I never
here.
even implied that he did not. I said he used it. He used those situations as an excuse for his
So
loss.
with a clear head, you don't think Robert Whittaker could make it a lot more interesting than last time?
Against Israel Adesanya, interesting, yes, but he'll still lose and he'll still get knocked out.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind.
All right. Gun to the head, I would have to pick Izzy. But
You better, because that would be a stupid pick if you didn't.
there's a glimmer of hope for Robert Whittaker in a rematch. And Izzy losing to Jan Blachowicz is very possible. To just say that is impossible, even though I'm picking Izzy, to say it's impossible is a little bit far-fetched.
Oh, Moss.
You need to get off of this, Izzy. You need to
get
slow
off of
down.
Connor.
Slow down. You need to be humbled. You need to be humbled, Jesse. You need his face to be bouncing off the canvas. And we all as a community need this as well.
God, it's just humorous listening to you.
I mean, Jesus. I thought Connor fans were bad, but Izzy fans take the cake. This is
wait till we
insane.
get Izzy on the show, and then you start saying the same shit, and Izzy's like, "Oh, you're making excuses for him now? You're making
Super
excuses."
chat.
He said himself he wasn't himself. Rob is honest.
That's
He
called
is.
excuses.
Robert
That's
Whittaker.
called-
Oh, my God.
That's called something bad fucking happened to
My
you.
God.
And you were like, well, this would be a perfect opportunity to explain why I lost.
Robert Whittaker is like one of the most stand-up guys in MMA. Like,
Yeah.
he is legit a
A
true
stand-up
gentleman.
guy with excuses.
Saying Robert Whittaker is an excuse guy is literally like saying Jesus Christ is a rapist.
I did not say he's an excuse guy. I didn't say he always has excuses. I said he has an excuse for his loss for this fight. That's one thing.
Okay, let's please, and whoever donated that needs to stop donating anything that has to do with Israel Adesanya, because we really go off the deep end when that happens. So let's get back on track and talk.
Well, we
and
don't
thank
go
you.
off the deep end when we talk about Connor.
Listen, Jesse, listen.
What's the difference?
Listen.
You're entitled
I
because
have
it's
witnessed-
Connor,
Hold on.
but I'm not
Hold
entitled
on.
because it's Izzy.
I have been in the building for Conor McGregor's first.
Makes no
Hold
difference
on.
at all.
You asked me a question. Now let me explain.
Do you know how many diehard MMA fans have not been in the building for a fight, Moss?
Okay.
That doesn't make you any better because
I'm
you saw a
defending
fight live.
myself. I'm not defending anyone else.
You just sound ridiculous.
Can I talk?
No.
Fuck. I was in the building. UFC 196. We were ole out there. We were dancing in the streets. We were all fired up for a fight that was supposed to be RDA and Conor McGregor. That doesn't go down, but we get to see Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor at 170. Conor McGregor coming out to El Chapo. The crowd's going crazy. The Irish are going nuts. The Nate Diaz fans are cheering the USA chant. The crowd is electric. I sit there. I watch Conor mesmerizingly drop Nate Diaz 2 times in the first round, and I'm like, yes, this is going to be a great night for me. Second round comes down, and I'm seeing something that I don't want to see, Jesse. I'm seeing a tired McGregor. And I see him shoot for a takedown. Doesn't work out for him. I see Nate Diaz squirm around, just beat up my boy, take his neck, bloody face, jump on top of the cage. McGregor just on the ground, destroyed. The crowd switches from Ole chants to USA. Like everyone turned and celebrates for Nate Diaz, including myself. I was clapping. But I looked and seen my friends just laughing at me and dogging me. And I hung my head in shame as I walked out that building, right? I walked, but I tasted...
You did not hang your head in shame.
I tasted defeat. And with that taste of defeat, I've had shows here where I've heavily criticized Conor for the press conference with ARIEL HELWANI, for some of the stupid mistakes that he has made. I have shamed Conor. And yes, I've celebrated Conor as well. But I've had my moments. There has not been one moment, Jesse, not one moment, where you have said one negative thing about Israel Adesanya, and it's because you have not tasted defeat.
Because I'm a grown-ass woman, and I don't have to handle everything the way Mystic Moss handles it. Because you've said negative things about Conor doesn't mean I have to say negative things about Izzy.
You need to taste defeat, just like every other.
I need absolutely fucking nothing.
Or you can do this, Jess. You could run back on YouTube and watch Izzy kickboxing and his head dribbled off the
I've
canvas.
already seen that a million times. It doesn't bother me.
You can watch that. All right. Anyway, let's move on to Khamzat Chimaev, Leon Edwards.
Okay. So we've already kind of heard this news, but Dana White just basically confirmed that it has been rebooked for March 13th for the main event.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm happy about this because I really did believe that Khamzat Chimaev, they were going to try to pull him out of this situation and throw something else out there. This is a good reason to believe that Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington is a go, right? I was saying, hey, man, Jorge versus Khamzat might be a big fight, but it looks like Jorge Masvidal is going to be lined up with Colby Covington. So there's very good news coming out of this. We will see the Leon fight, which we were all excited about. And Covington versus Masvidal is pretty much a go. So this is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Mossy, you ready for this one? You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Pat Militech revealed that he has been fired from LFA commentating after participating in the Capitol riots.
Okay.
Bah, bah, bah.
Tell you a fun story about Pat Militech. He was a commentator on LFA. He was also a commentator for CES when they were on Access TV. And we used to do the events, and Pat Militech was walking by, and I was like, "Yo, Pat, we're over here. We're doing a live stream. Come on." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be right back. I just gotta, hit the bathroom." And what did that alcoholic fuckface do? He goes to the bathroom
and bounces.
And then when he comes back, beelines right past me. I'm like, Pat, Militech. Sits down in his seat, just completely blows me off. You stupid fucktard. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad this happened, Pat Militech. That is what you get. Revenge from the MMA-Holes, Pat Militech.
All right, according to MMA Fighting Newswire, UFC Hall of Famer Pat Militech will no longer be calling fights as a commentator for Legacy Fighting Alliance on Tuesday.
Grudge.
The former UFC champion.
I'm like a woman. I'm holding a grudge.
Revealed that the promotion terminated his employment after he participated in the recent protests in support of President Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. that eventually erupted into a violent insurrection at the Capitol building where 5 people died, including a Capitol police officer. Now, this is what Militech said on Instagram. He said, actually, I think you can play it.
Yeah, we watched this before.
Yeah, I think you can play it because there's nothing
this
copyright.
Dude, what an idiot. What an idiot. He's like, I'm standing up. If I have to lose my job for standing up for your freedom, like, fuck off. Stupid ass.
Yeah, so just click there.
Another guy is guilty of having brain damage.
And then go to Pat Militech's
I don't think we follow him.
Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think we follow him. What's his Instagram?
MILELE. Okay. Or not.
Militech. Here's the hashtag. How do I follow this guy?
No, here, hold on. Let me get you in.
Here it is. Got him. Okay, there he is. Real intelligent human. I think this is the pictures of what a dope. What a stupid dope. These are pictures of dopes.
If you see, he's not,
Listen,
He's on the lawn. He's not like.
I understand why the people did
participating in
it. Just don't do it. I understand your logic. Like I get it. Your political
But
belief.
just
I get
because
it.
he was there
But
doesn't
these are a bunch
mean-
of dopes.
Understand though that just because he was there doesn't mean
Is this it?
he participated in the violence.
Here I am, just
No.
driving to get fired.
That's not it.
Oh. Let's
Keep
see.
going.
I think he took it down. Where is it? It's not
Maybe
here.
he did.
He took it down.
All right. Well, let me read to you what he said then.
Oh, I wish it was still up.
All right. Here's what he said.
You sure it's not it?
No, that's not it. He was in a room when he said it. He wasn't driving.
You should be in a fucking insane asylum.
All right. Let me read to you
Yeah,
what
he
he
took
said.
it down.
He said, first and foremost, the LFA supports the participation of the constitutional right to peaceful protest. During preparations for the 2021 debut broadcast, it was brought to the LFA's attention that photos of questionable nature surfaced on various social media outlets involving fight analyst Pat Militech. But so that was a statement from the promotion.
Now
And-
listen, before we get back into this, I just want to say, no matter what your side you're on, I don't give a fuck. It's all good. You believe whatever the hell you want to believe when it's political and all that shit. It's just, dude, like, don't be surprised that you're involved in this ridiculousness,
Disarray.
and then you're gonna say, well, I got fired, but I did it for my country. Get the fuck out of here. Like, come on, you did nothing.
Now,
You accomplished nothing.
LFA continued with their statement by saying, while the LFA continues to investigate the situation, the decision was made to remove Mr. Militech from broadcast duties for this Friday's LFA 97 event. Now, they said while they wait to investigate the situation. So he's been banned from this event, but he might come back down the road as a commentator for LFA.
All right, so punish him for one event. Yeah, I mean, listen, no one should lose their jobs, but to be, a slap on the wrist, fine. You look like an idiot. You're representing a company, and here you are marching around like a knucklehead.
Yeah. Now, Militech posted on Instagram, and here's what he said. He said, the media is full of shit. No Trump supporters ever caused violence and didn't attack law enforcement officers. I was at the front at the Capitol when the Proud Boys moved up to the Capitol. They absorbed grenades, tear gas, and massive amounts of pepper spray and attacked nobody. Fuck the media. I love those guys over at LFA. I understand their position. I will continue to fight for freedom. And then...
God. I can't take this shit anymore. Listen, we went hard on BLM. We went hard on that, right? And now I'm going to go hard on this. And this proves that I'm not a fucking... I'm not on any side.
any position.
I'm not on any fucking side. Enough is enough. Fucking go do your life. Live your life. And stop going out there and being a fucking asshole. Because if you're going to get smoke bombed in the face, just... You deserve it. You're a stupid fuck. If you're going to climb the Capitol building, you're a stupid fuck. If you're going to loot a fucking business and burn down a fucking police station or whatever, you're a stupid fuck. I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is. Stop being a knucklehead.
All right. So basically that's what happened there. As for Militech, he says he holds no ill will towards the LFA for their decision, although he admitted in the same video that he was a little pissed off after receiving the news. Over the last few years, LFA has become a primary developmental organization for promotions like the UFC, with events also currently airing on UFC Fight Pass.
All right. So, hey, if he gets his job back, then good.
Well,
then
there's
good.
they said they're still investigating. So there's
He
no...
probably will, because if you notice, he did take the video down. And there's a reason why he took it down.
Yeah, over the next, 2 events, 3 events, however many, he's not going to be there. But down the road in the future, maybe he does show up for an event. Who knows?
He's got a platform, He's got 9,000 followers. Well, I thought he would have more, for God's sakes. But he's got a social media platform. He should have freedom of speech and say what he wants on here and whatever politically he wants to talk about. If he feels the need to express his opinion, that's fine. But to go out in public and just be a fucking retard.
Yeah.
Come on.
People are going to do what they're going to do.
No, that's not acceptable.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to tell him to stop being an idiot.
Okay. According to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, Dana White shrugs off UFC brain injuries as Spencer Fisher story just came out. And Dana White said it's just part of the gig. How many of you guys have heard about the Spencer Fisher story? Now, I have just heard about this today.
Who the fuck is that guy?
UFC was patting itself on the back last week after pledging $1 million.
Hold on a second, Jess. We got a super chat that came in.
Rob lost to IZZY, came back and clapped Dylan Jard. Rob is revived and ready for blood. IZZY is good, but he is no Anderson Silva.
Oh, he's better.
Rob will win.
Whoa, look at that. Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate the super chat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Saying Rob will win. Sorry about that. Got that in a little bit late. But listen, you can make an argument.
You're right. He is no Anderson Silva. He's better, and Rob will lose.
Okay.
UFC was patting itself on the back last week after pledging $1 million to the Cleveland Clinic in Las Vegas, a donation to help fund research into the effects of head trauma in combat sports. Right up your alley, Moss. Not long after, retired UFC lightweight Spencer Fisher came forward to share his story of CTE, and for those who don't know, it stands for chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I think I pronounced it right.
Wait, so who's the guy?
Spencer Fisher.
And what is it? What happened to him?
Now, following several years of caged combat, enough to leave him permanently disabled and unable to work.
He's a UFC fighter?
Yes, a former UFC.
Why do I not remember this guy? Spencer
UFC lightweight.
Why don't I remember this guy? I gotta look. I guess I told you, my freaking memories. It's gone. Spencer Fisher. There he is.
All right, I'll tell you the rest of the story after I beat you. Look at him. You look him up and
he's
show
got a good
him,
record.
show him what you see.
24-9-0. Why do I not remember this kid? Spencer Fisher. Okay. Ooh, bad little run here. Why do I remember this kid? Last fought was 2012. Well, that's probably why. Sam Stout, Thiago Tavares, Ross Pearson. Lost to decent guys. He lost to Dennis Seaver. The GOAT, Dennis Seaver. Yeah, I don't fucking remember this guy. Was he a Militech guy? That would make sense. Yeah, I don't remember him. Well, I don't know. What do you want me to say? I don't fucking remember. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, let alone Spencer Fisher. But yeah, pretty good record. 24-9-0. Just had a little a bad run at towards the end. So he's got some fucking brain damage. All right, we'll hear what Dana White has to say about this in a second. But man, oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't have like some people got like that mega memory that remembers like everything. Every stat from fucking 20 years ago. I don't remember shit. I had a grappling match with that Sam Stout guy and his record. That's pretty cool. Eddie Bravo woke me up with his gay pizza.
Wonderful.
Wow, a guy who chose to fight now wants to cry about head trauma. Who knew fighting would cause head trauma?
I think that's basically what Dana White's saying, right? We'll get to the story. Thank you, Uncle Chrome, for the wonderful donation. Kevin from Chicago beat Sam Stout in a street fight. All right, we're going to get to the story about Spencer Fisher, which is, it's sad news when you hear about guys having brain problems because of playing professional sports, football, anything. It's you don't want to hear about that.
It's not sad according to Dana White.
Dana White's like, yeah, who cares?
Dana White said it's all part of the job. He said, listen,
ruthless.
Fisher's not the first, and he's definitely not going to be the last. This is a contact sport, and everybody who's ever done this while younger, myself included, is dealing with brain issues. It's just part of the gig. I guess Joe Rogan was right all along. Fisher is just one of several UFC fighters like Krzysztof Sosniewski, who was forced to hang up his gloves as a result of brain injuries. As fans of professional football already know, the problem is not confined to MMA, but to date, very little progress has been made in the way of treatment, probably because it's just part of the gig.
Whew. Well, I mean, what can he say, right? You fight in a sport where you're bashing each other's heads in. I am very, very fearful of the day where something really serious happens. It's inevitable, and I'm knocking on wood. It's not in my lifetime.
Well, like a Chris Benoit situation?
But like something no, not that. I'm saying something devastating happens inside the cage.
Oh, inside the cage.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened, but not in the UFC.
But you're talking about someone dying.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say it, Jesse. It's terrible to say. But I don't, eventually it's going to happen, and then all the crazies are going to go out there and be like, this is barbaric,
Yeah, I have a feeling that once that major tragedy occurs, and it happens in every sport, so it's going to occur, there's going to be a lot of backlash on the UFC and on MMA in general, and whether or not this is a sport that should even be sanctioned and this and that, and it's just going to there's going to be a huge uproar, and it's going to be one side and it's going to be another side of people fighting for it and fighting against it.
I see in the chat saying like boxing, same thing as boxing. Boxing has had situations related to the sport. I think boxing's even worse.
Yeah, who was
the
guy?
It's more repeated head trauma.
There was a guy that went into like a coma or some shit after taking a nasty headshot, and he ended up dying a little later. Just recently.
The guy, yeah, there's been a lot of stories. There's been corrupt stories where people loading up gloves and that ginger guy that got killed. Did you just laugh at him?
No, I caught.
Oh no.
Why would I laugh?
I thought you chuckled. Yeah, but with MMA, it's different than boxing because boxing is the sweet science right? It's got a nice name. The Sweet Science, you know? It's barbaric, but they got big padded gloves and soft ropes.
Soft.
MMA, 2 athletes locked in a cage. It looks worse, and all the Karens out there are dying. They're waiting for the opportunity to just jump on mixed martial arts. They're waiting. It's just like how long it took for them to let it be legal in New York. People are waiting for something terrible to happen here. So I am hoping that I don't see it in my lifetime in the UFC. And Dana White, you know, is like, hey, it's part of the sport. What are you going to do?
But he's downplaying it for that very reason, I'm sure. Because he probably has the same mindset you do, that something crazy is probably going to end up happening down the road, and he's going to have to deal with it. But if he downplays it now, then he won't have to worry about people coming back to him with something he said in the past.
Yes.
Aw, super chat.
Hey, Clayton with the 5.
Rob fought Yoel twice and won both fights. Izzy fought an older Yoel and danced around him for 25 minutes. So who's the real champ? Tongue.
Well, I just wanted to say that the second fight, a lot of people say that I think Rob won that fight. But a lot of people say that Yoel won that fight. Complete war. Now that was a good fight. You're saying Max Holloway Ortega is a good fight? Yoel Romero versus Robert Whittaker 2, that's a good fight. That's my opinion of a good fight.
Wonderful.
Uncle Crow.
Yes, fish. If you keep getting hit in the head, you might get some head trauma. Same thing if you keeping fucking your girl without a condom. Eventually you're gonna knock her up.
Facts.
Thank you, Uncle Chrome. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
According to Mike Heck of MMA Fighting, James Vick books his first matchup since parting ways with the UFC, and he's set to fight Andre Fiallo at ex-MMA on January 30th.
About the fights that are, we have 3 cards coming up.
Yeah, usually we go through Tapology, we talk about all the fights that are. We haven't done
no
that.
story. You mean to tell me that there's
I read
nothing?
a bunch of stories about the fights coming up.
Hold on, let's look at these cards. I can't talk about James
I talked about
Vick.
Max Holloway.
I can't talk about James
I talked about
Vick.
Michael Chandler in the co-main event of UFC 257. I talked about Conor McGregor.
We're gonna go through the cards. I can't. We're gonna make up our own stories here. There is no possible way with these 3 big fights coming up. Fight cards.
Super chat.
We're gonna talk about James Vick. Sean Yahtzee.
Wonderful.
Yahtzee.
Thank you, Shawnee. Appreciate that. Look at that super chat. Looking sexy over there. All right, so the first card that we have is Holloway versus Kattar. Now, some of the casuals call him Kattar, Jesse. What do you think about that? I used to call him Kattar.
I know. I had to correct you.
You corrected me, and now I properly call him Kattar.
Yeah.
Okay?
It was a big moment in my life.
Yeah, you were correct. You were correct. That goes out to the other people that are calling him, pronouncing it wrong. You got Brown versus Condit. I am weirdly aroused by that fight. It has all the makings of sucking because both guys are way past their prime. But I feel it's going to be a good war. A sloppy slobber knocker. I think it's going to be a slobber knocker, Jesse.
Yeah.
Ponzinibbio coming back versus Lee.
I am excited for this fight.
You got a story on it or something? Give me something
I
about
read a
it.
story on it on Monday.
Look at this guy's face, Lee, man. I remember we did a Fight Buddies. It was a China fight and Weird Ass Hour watching this thing, and I was mesmerized by this man's face. This man's face looks like some sort of guppy hybrid human, like a guppy human man who just makes every fight fun to watch.
We got a buffer.
And we are red, but we are back. Okay. Sorry about that. It's all good. I don't know. But we're back, so that's the great news.
Immortal. No, that was a Wi-Fi thing, right?
I don't know what that OBS kind of glitched on us, but we're good.
When
we're
it's
good.
red, it's supposed to be like a Wi-Fi thing.
We're good to go. Li Jingliang is an interesting fight for Ponzinibbio's comeback fight.
Yeah, I like this fight a lot. I've always kind of been a fan of Ponzinibbio. Not like a diehard fan, but I do like watching him fight. And when I found out that he was going to be on the shelf for as long as he was, it kind of sucked because he's fun. He's a guy that you can actually look forward to in a fight. And fighting this Jing Liang is going to be fucking fire. Yeah. I mean, anyone who sleeps on this fight is a straight up casual. This is going to be a great fight.
On ABC this Saturday night, so it's going to be crazy. And then you have Joaquin Buckley versus Di Chirico.
Woo!
Hell yeah, baby.
Now remember, after Joaquin's last fight, Moss goes, okay, this guy's the real deal.
Yeah,
this guy's the real deal.
I had to do it. I listen, I picked against him 2 fights in a row. I very, very casual for myself. but the dude is scary. Got that Mike Tyson physique. You know, this guy is fun, but he's a Tyson that could kick. My goodness, Joaquin Buckley is must-see TV.
Does he talk like Tyson?
Hey, man, I can't talk like Mike Tyson, Jess.
That was a very
That was bad. I know. I'm sorry.
That sounded like Mike Perry impersonation you were doing there.
Luke Perry?
Mike Perry.
Oh.
Luke Perry.
By the way, speaking of Mike Perry, did you guys see Mike Perry's first vlog on his YouTube channel?
I haven't seen it yet. Don't tell me.
First of all, Mike Perry forgot. Listen, you can vlog on your phone.
Why? He's just doing like regular, like daily vlogs?
I'm going to explain it. Mike Perry decided to vlog off his phone, which is fine. The phone has very good quality. It's
I used to do
HD,
that.
4K. You can do vlogs on your phone, right?
Yeah.
But kept it on portrait, so it's like he was shooting a TikTok video on YouTube. It was literally portrait, and then you had the black bars on the side. So right there, you get to watch 6-7 minutes of a Mike Perry vlog with Lattori and Ocean. And it's him buying like some retro car. I can't remember what car it was. Was it like a Skyline or some shit? He's like, here's me with my Skyline. I love Ocean. I'm a changed man. Look at Lattori. She's bouncing back like a babe. You know, like that's what you saw.
He said that?
No, I'm just making that shit up. That's basically what I got out of it. That's not what he said. But yeah, his YouTube channel is revitalized.
Back like a babe.
But what's funny about it was his YouTube channel was started because of the Platinum Princess. You remember that?
No, I thought that was Instagram.
No. The Platinum Princess started a YouTube channel with Mike Perry and basically dragged him on there and was making him do pics. And it was all the Platinum Princess with Mike Perry in the background. Now, Mike Perry's using the exact same YouTube account, right? So here I am, Mike Perry, and look at me with my Mo, Larry, and I was going to make a Three Stooges joke, and I fucked up. God damn it, I hate when I do that. Look at me with my Dumb and Dumber haircut. Here I am with Lattori in the background, spread eagle with Ocean. Look at Ocean back there. We're going to buy a retro car, man. Yeah, I could say the N-word because I'm a black white man in a black body with a white face and a black... I don't know. But that was the Mike Perry thing over there. Horrific.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But still better than Paige Van Zandt.
In fairness, all vlogs start off crappy. Like when you first start vlogging, it's always like you don't know what you're doing.
Mike Perry says in this vlog, he says, I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to get into video. He is already preparing himself for the end of MMA. He is preparing himself.
I told you.
He's preparing himself.
It's only a matter of time. This guy is just over it.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, you can see by watching this vlog, you're like, oh, he's
going to be one of those guys. He just had a kid. He's going to quit MMA. Maybe he'll stay in the gym, but he's going to get himself a 9-to-5 and live that like normal, like weird life of just trying to be a dad and getting his shit together.
Yep. Yeah, because you can't see Mike Perry on the play-by-play team. You can't see Mike Perry breaking down fights on like on the UFC on the ESPN Plus. You don't see that. So what is Mike Perry doing? He's trying to build a YouTube brand over there. So if you want, go follow Mike Perry's YouTube channel and be delighted by his life after fighting. Best of luck. All right. Anyway, I don't know why we got down the Mike Perry thing, but that we were there. I don't know why.
Super chat.
Clayton.
Why can't I swear in Super Chat but Chrome can?
I think Chrome he phonetically spells out words.
I have the answer. No. Streamlabs. You're doing Super Chat.
Oh, yeah, Streamlabs.
And Chrome is doing Streamlabs. Streamlabs, link in the description. You can play all the fun songs. Your Super Chat is cool too, but they take 30% and you only get Connor flying. If you want the other donations, it's link in the description. I didn't even think of that. Or Nightbot's dropping the link as well. All right. Alrighty. So we're talking about Joaquin Buckley. Do you think Buckley does it again? Do you think he dazzles us with another big finish?
Yeah. I'm gonna say we see something pretty freaking exciting on that night. Why? What do you think?
Isn't DiCirico tough to put down though? Isn't like he's a
Look at
tough
those armpits.
dude, right?
Look at. Did you see the armpits?
Can't remember. He won his last. All right, so his last loss was to Kevin Holland. But think about it. He won a decision with Kevin freaking Holland. Yeah, pretty impressive there. So DiCirico is not an easy guy to put away. You still think Buckley gets it done with a finish?
Wait, did you just say his last loss was to Kevin Holland?
Yeah. Why, no? What? What are we doing?
Go up? I'm just looking at the dates. Never mind.
What do you think of our new home here? This is our new home in Arizona. We got the fireplace going over there. It never goes out. Let me know in the chat what you think of our new TGIW set. Shout out to the members, by the way. 76 members trying to get to 125. That's the goal until we get the next emoji.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Yahtzee. Anyway, Di Chirico. So you're saying decision then? If Joaquin, you're picking Buckley, right? Or are you picking Di Chirico?
I'm saying Buckley by finish.
So, okay. Di Chirico's hard. He's a hard man. He's a hard bat to put down.
Yes.
Okay.
Moss?
Yeah.
My throat is burning. Honk. What's the next fight?
Next fight on the card is, and this is all on ABC, which is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Here's Uncle Chrome.
Stop calling her the Platinum Princess. That bitch is now just a platypus. That hoe look like that racehorse secretariat. The bitch like she was supposed to be retarded, but halfway through the pregnancy God changed his mind.
Oof. Yikes. Man,
That should've been
Chrome,
called
why you
facts.
gotta go and say things like that, man?
Because he's Chrome
Karma,
and he's...
bro. Karma.
Well, he's not off.
Moss, stop it.
It's not that far off. Soriano versus Todorovic. Now, Todorovic is the guy... Wasn't his last fight like, oh, I can't wait until this guy fights again? Wasn't he one of those guys? This Todorovic fella? If I'm not mistaken, he was. Yes, when he took out Townsend by the... Yes, I do remember this kid. Oh, boy. Okay, so he's back. This is a really good main card. We got Soriano over here, who's his opponent. Both undefeated fighters. This is good stuff, man. Really, really good. Free card this Saturday. What a way to start off the year. Liking this a lot. There's no way this card's going to suck. No way.
Yes, sir.
There's no way, right? Or will we be disappointed with this card?
Negative.
What about Wu Yan Yan versus The Grudge?
Wonderful.
Do you got McGregor in 60 seconds, JBH?
Nah. I'm actually like a little... I was watching... What was it, Moss, that I was watching last night? It was like that UFC... It's on UFC's YouTube channel. They're doing like a countdown thing for UFC 257. What was it? It was like a promotion that they were doing. And I was looking at some of the stuff they were saying about Dustin Poirier, and I had Conor for the win. But I was looking at some of the stuff they're saying about Dustin Poirier and how he's kind of changed since the last fight, and how he's kind of like adjusted his fighting style and this and that. And as I'm listening, I'm like, am I wrong? Like, maybe we're all so high on Conor because we saw what he did to Dustin the first time around. And maybe I'm wrong. And maybe Dustin is going to win this fight.
Well, listen, if you want to lose money, put it on Dustin.
So now I'm tossed because I wanted to say Conor's going to win. But now I'm like, go watch the video. It's on UFC's YouTube channel. It's like one of the more recent ones they posted.
Listen, the
It's like a
UFC
promotion thing.
does a great job at promoting fights to make you believe that the underdog's got it. Now, I'm not saying that it'd be
It's-
impossible for Dustin to win,
It was pretty convincing, that clip.
but here's my daughter with sunglasses on, flipping the bird.
How is this relevant?
Wonderful.
Just figured I'd throw that out there.
Hey Clayton Bigsby. Chrome gets to say whatever the fuck he wants, that's why.
Is that the answer? All right. So Uncle Chrome, thank you. Look at these two. Now let me just say this. Muscles mean nothing when it comes to MMA, when it comes to the UFC. Never, as a great real once said, never be duped by muscles. The racist real. Muscles, it's true though. Muscles mean nothing. But swag, the eyes, their personality, their aura means a lot. And you look at this picture over here. I'm telling you right now, I smell Poirier's pussy. I smell the fear. I smell it, Jesse. I very much smell his fear here in this picture.
No, you're just smelling the ankles.
I cropped the ankles out. I shouldn't have put his ankles. We'll look at the ankles in a second. But Conor McGregor is taking this very, very, very serious. Conor McGregor is very motivated and looking very old too at the same time. But hey, listen, age catches up to all of us. But look at this. Look at Poirier's face. Now, people are like, he's tired. He had a long flight. No, that looks like he just smelled a bad fart. Like, this looks like, this is the look of a man that knows what is going to happen.
Oh, snap. Yeah. Come on, get loud. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Yes.
Come on, get loud. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Super Savage Yahtzee.
Moose knuckle boxing.
Moose knuckle boxing.
Thank you. Moose knuckle boxing. I think there's some moose knuckle boxing going on in February, right? With Paige Van Zandt. Thank you. Yahtzee. So look at this picture, Jess. What do you take? Do you take anything from this, or were you reading too much into this?
I can understand how you might interpret that Conor McGregor is quite a bit more convincing leading up to this fight than Dustin Poirier based on this picture. However, I can't just take what I see from a picture and say, this is why that person's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand how you can either.
I'm going to say something here so I can, listen, I have to entertain all the MMA holes. Does this look like a man that's about to dive?
Dive?
Yeah, take a big dive. Like he's just nervous. He's like, oh, fuck, I got to dive in front of all these people?
No, it doesn't look like he's about to dive.
Right, so I tried, kind of. I tried.
Dive?
Yeah, you know.
Why would they take on a second fight if he's going to dive? That makes no sense. That's stupid.
Oh, it makes no sense?
That's stupid.
There's a large portion of the community, large portion that says
that is like
if Dustin Poirier wins,
retarded.
their backup plan is like, he dove.
That's just them saying that because they can't handle the fact that Conor won
it's the dumbest shit.
against Poirier the second time.
Listen. This is not fucking boxing, okay? So just stop it. This is not the sweet science. It's not that shit. We're talking the UFC here. It's a whole different animal here. So that dive bullshit, you just easy with that stuff. Anyway, look at something else here, Jesse. Here's Dustin again, okay?
Wonderful, wonderful.
A chrome.
Conor looks much stronger and healthier. Dustin looks like he has had trauma like that fish dude.
Like that fish dude.
Thank you, Crumb. Now here's Dustin, okay? Here's Dustin Poirier all by him lonesome here. A beautiful shot in front in Abu Dhabi, ready to rock. You know, a week away from the big dance, a little over a week. And if you scroll down, what the fuck's going on there, Jess?
The ankles.
What the hell is going on with Dustin's ankles? Why is he on stilts?
Oh, God.
Did he bring his dive legs?
My question is, why is he wearing his pants tucked into his socks like that?
His pants tucked into his socks. There's no way that's just, he's got fucking stork legs. He's a damn bird. What is that? What's up with the ankles?
It looks so goofy.
Hey, buddy. Make sure you take this beautiful picture of me, but don't forget to get my fucking ankles. It's really weird,
He wants
man.
to show off his socks.
It's a weird-ass picture. AM says it's an LA thing.
There is no way that's a thing.
You know, it's kind of funny.
People tucking their pants into tube socks like that?
It's kind of ironic. It's an LA thing. He's from Louisiana. The fuck are you talking about? It's an LA thing.
Oh,
you know, those
God.
people from Louisiana like to do LA things. The fuck? All right. Anyway.
It looks so fucking stupid.
All right. So Dustin Poirier, what do you think in the chat? Dustin Poirier, do you see a scared man? What do you see? Do you take anything from these pictures? Who's going to win the fight?
Jonathan Wilberding says Dustin needs CBD. Taco Slurpee Stevie. Laugh my ass off. Manny C. LA stands for Louisiana. That's what he meant, Moss. It's a Louisiana thing.
Okay.
Uncle Chrome says those gator slippers. Robert Quinones says what the fuck. J-Lock, yo, that's really weird. What the heck? I hope he's good. Yeah, we know, Kevin. Duke Chronic says rattlesnake guards. D'Antoine. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Says good one in. Sean Hart, that's why he has that look. It's because he knows his stocks are out. Super Skunks is Drunk Savage versus Sober Carl in the works right now. Maybe you are Drunk Savage or Sober Carl because that's all you say in the chat. J-Lock says, I see a guy that's ready to fight, but Conor gets it done. Manny C says, will you be taking calls in? I'm not ordering pizza so I can talk now. No calls on Wednesday nights. Babe Ruth says, Conor by brutality. Heavy Micro says, the higher the socks, the downer the foo. Kevin says, no, you don't. Now, no, we didn't know. Someone corrected us, and then you came in like a fucking retard and said it again. Taco Slurpee says, got the Mick Hammer pants with the genie tuck. MMA Genie says, LOL, Kevin, you guys didn't know. Did you just fucking miss what I just said. Why are you guys acting like a bunch of fucking retards?
I don't know what you're talking. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You didn't know that the guy meant Louisiana when he said L.A.
Okay.
So someone came in and corrected that it meant Louisiana. And then Kevin comes in fucking 2 minutes later saying the same fucking thing. And then Justin comes in 5 minutes later saying the same fucking thing. As if people are so fucking retarded they can't get it the first time.
Yeah. Listen, you put L.A. in the chat. Hey, I'm from L.A., right? You put L.A. in the chat. They're going to think California. Okay? So to just assume that Louisiana, I assume that, it is what it is, right? Like as Max Holloway would say. I don't know why we're all yelling and screaming. Who cares? He says he corrected it.
I gotta get out of my system, Moss, so I don't take it out on you.
What the fuck is everyone getting mad?
Because I love you so much, and I have to direct it in other directions.
And by the way, isn't Los Angeles like Duke Chronic says? I mean, oh my God.
L.A. is the state. L.A. Maybe.
I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, good.
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah. Okay. So let's move on. There's no other stories about the fucking UFC?
About Fight Island there is.
Let's go to the next card.
Let's see.
Wonderful.
Where's the Neil Magny one?
Did he have his legs amputated? Does he have on poor little Tink Tink's legs? Why he look like those circus clowns walking around on stilts?
I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Do you think that maybe this is not Dustin Poirier? Maybe this is a robot. Maybe this is an android and they forgot to pull his pants down. You know? The fuck is he doing? Why does his ankles look like that? Why are they so skinny? You think Conor McGregor's going to ankle pick him? You know, go right for the ankles. Go right for the ankles.
It would take one kick to snap those things in half.
That would be funny, though, if Conor, if that's the trash talk that he's going to say. Did you see his ankles? You think it's CGI?
I don't know if Conor's going to go with the trash talk this time around, Moss.
He will. Yep. He's going to subtly throw.
Where is it? Where is it? It's happening.
He just said he's going to take him in 60 seconds.
That's not trash talk.
Wait until fight week, right? So starting Monday, you're going to have the embeddeds and all this stuff. You're going to see sprinkles of Conor's mysticalness leading up into this fight. He's going to slowly seep into Dustin's head, which he already is. He's already there. Okay? So he's going to it would be a complete missed opportunity if he doesn't throw a couple more zingers in there. So do not worry.
All right. I'm trusting you.
Do not worry. Let's look at the next
I
card.
had a Neil Magny story, but I couldn't. It's not on here. I don't know where it went.
It's a balloon. All right, let's go to the next card here. Well, speaking of Neil Magny, that is the segue. It is the next card. On Wednesday night. Oh, by the way, I just want to say something here.
Wonderful.
Kainoto.
Looks like Dustin got stuck in mid-transformation into Nick Diaz. Lights, camera, action.
Very well done, Kainoto.
Thank you. What's up with those shirts, too? Dustin likes those very colorful shirts.
No, he's wearing a white shirt.
But in the Theo Von, he's not wearing it here. But what's up with you see him running around with those paisley, like
he's
those
got that
swirly,
hippie mentality, Moss.
Those colorful shirts. Yeah, he doesn't have it there, but can't really get into it. All right, so the next card is... Oh, hold on a second. What am I doing?
Duke Chronic says he has that touch of death for a small guy. Khabib Goat says it's not Wednesday night, more like Wednesday morning. Chucky says Conor needs to be WWE Conor for at least a week. It riles up interest.
Look, check this out, Jess. Did you know this?
Yes, sir. Actually, go to prelims. That's when it actually starts.
Oof-ah.
No, click prelims.
I know. This is the main card. ABC, starting at 1 p.m. Mountain
3 p.m. Eastern time.
So
and 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, man. This is going to be an early-ass card.
Yes,
so
sir.
I wonder if this is going to make a difference. Probably not. These guys are all ready to go.
You look ready to go, Moss. You know what I mean, Moss?
No, I don't. I don't know what you mean. You're confusing me. I'm still thinking about how you wanted to punch me in the ribs. Trying to figure it out.
I apologized. I said it was. I didn't actually want to.
So we're gonna have some breakfast, Jess.
Yum.
We're gonna have some breakfast.
Wait, that's lunch, Moss.
And we're gonna start it up. We're not gonna have breakfast. It's 10 a.m.
Brunch. Breakfast.
We're gonna brunch.
Yeah.
You know how we are. We're gonna have breakfast for the Jacob Kilburn versus Austin Lingo fight. prelims. These are your prelims for this Saturday. Wonderful, wonderful. All right,
Wonderful,
let's move on to the next card over here on Wednesday night. Let's look at it. Let's just look at it, Jesse. As the UFC website is a freeze.
Oh, God.
All right, scroll down, and here we go. All right, so you said you have a story on Magny?
I did. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It was supposed to be my next story.
We've been thinking about this picture of these two.
It's
What do you think
beautiful.
about that?
Very,
God damn.
very grunge, right?
What's up with Magny's nose, man?
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. That shit looks really smushed. Right? It's a
What?
smushed,
No,
smushed
it
nose.
doesn't.
It's got a very smushed nose. It's really smushed.
It doesn't look smushed.
Might be one of the most smushed noses I've ever seen. Right?
It doesn't look smushed.
Looks like they parked a Volkswagen
Like
on
Lord
his face.
Voldemort's nose.
Hmm.
You know? You know
Who
what
the
I'm
fuck's
talking about,
Lord Voldemort?
Lord Voldemort.
Who is
Right?
that? Who is he?
From Harry Potter.
Oh. Well,
Lord Voldemort
yeah,
with
okay.
the smushed
Who the
nose.
fuck is that guy?
You don't know what Lord
Yeah, I don't know who that
Voldemort
is.
looks like?
No.
I didn't even watch Harry Potter and I knew what Lord Voldemort
Let's
looked like.
pretend that you don't know who Lord Voldemort.
Everybody knows who Lord
Not-
Voldemort is.
listen. You should kill yourself if you know who Lord Voldemort is.
Moss, I watched the first 2 Harry Potters and I was done with it. I didn't
Why?
watch watch anyone after that. But I still knew what Lord Voldemort looked like.
All right. Well, maybe you were a kid when it came out, so maybe that's why. I wasn't a kid when it came out, so I had no interest in Harry Potter. Zero.
Yeah, I understand. It's a shitty fucking
It's
series, but you should still know who Lord Voldemort is.
No, I can move on in life and without knowing. Now, when my daughter's here, I might be forced to watch horrific
We're not watching Harry
movies
Potter.
like that.
No, that's not happening.
But until that happens,
It's very difficult to get through.
okay. So Lord Voldemort
Yeah.
versus Michael Chiesa, the main event. Is it a bummer? Or, I mean, it's a Wednesday night card, so the Chimaev versus Edwards would have been fantastic. But I'm kind of cool with this. I'm interested to see it. And the chat voting makes it even more interesting, Jess.
Yes. Is it still the same? Oh, yeah, it is.
It was 50%. Hold on. I'm going to
50-50.
refresh it. See if we got any new votes in there. By the way, get your votes in on our community section.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
48-52.
So it's Michael Chiesa is kind of creeping away. Who do you have in this fight?
I think I'm gonna go Chiesa on this one actually. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Magny.
Of course you are. Everybody's going Magny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Magny. I think Magny's got the goods. You know, I think he's got the goods in this fight. I think Neil's gonna get it done, but it's a close one. I could see how it could be a coin flip. But Chiesa versus Magny main event. You got Luis Serrano versus Monir Lazez.
Ugh, you just ruin everything.
Inside
for me.
joke. Alves versus Lazez. Villanueva versus Moreira. And Roxanne Modafferi, who is such a sweetheart, but god-awful face.
Vivian
fighting,
is so freaking hot, though. Look at her face.
Yeah, look at, why would you do that to... Why would you put these two... But
Look
you know
at
what?
Vivian.
Roxy could get it done here. Roxy might be the one that... this girl's... She knows how to win. It's a good fight. Rajo. Murphy versus De Andrade. Is that his hair or...
Yeah, it's the
Is that-
mullet.
Oh, okay. And
Business in the front, party in the back.
you got Schnell versus Nam. This might be the best fight on the freaking card here. It's pretty fiery. It's a feisty fight between these two.
I say Nam does a backflip and knocks out Schnell.
It's a good fight. This is a good scrap. This guy's neck is freaking me out, Tyson Nam. What's up with his neck?
Moss, you always say that whenever Tyson Nam fight comes up.
This guy he's definitely part giraffe. There's not a doubt in my mind that this man
He's just got an elongated neck. Some people just have longer
Tyson
necks.
neck. Hey man, look at my neck.
Moss, you're a little off there. Slouch Moss.
Hey man,
Hey, what's up, Tyson?
look at my neck, man.
Yeah, I see it. What's why does everybody make fun of your neck? What's going on?
I don't know. I just had a long day and a long neck. You know what I'm saying?
Does that give you insecurity issues or anything like that, knowing that you have a long neck?
Yeah, I can make fun about this neck. You know, it's a little long.
But
Little
does it
giraffe
bother
action.
you?
I like to do it. You know, some people have doggy style. I do it giraffe style.
Yeah. Why do you have a beard on part of your face but not the rest?
Well,
Like
I
a
just
goatee.
grew it for this segment, Jesse.
Are you trying to chase the like Paul Felder look going on there or what?
Are you saying all gingers look like Paul Felder,
Well,
Jesse?
I don't know. You just got like this weird goatee cut thing, and it's not really going up the rest of your face. It looks kind of weird to me.
I'm thinking this is racist, Jesse. Let's concentrate on my neck.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be racist. I mean, listen, it is what it is, but the neck comes from somewhere, right?
Yeah, man. Are you excited about my fight or my neck, Jesse?
I thought we were talking about the neck, because we're not talking about the fight.
You think this neck's big? You should see my long cock.
Now, don't you think that your long neck is going to make it easier for Matt Schnell to armbar you?
I can't. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I gotta get out of that.
You ruined such a good bit.
Yeah, I gotta get out.
Why'd you ruin it?
I don't know. It was crashing. It was crashing and burning. So I had to get out of there.
Oh, God.
It sounded just like him too, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's Tyson Nam. He's fighting.
Oh, God. So easy. Who cares, Justin? Jesus, just sit there and fucking enjoy the show. Nobody's paying attention to that but you.
Listen, Justin. We appreciate your concerns, but if we really cared about the 12 viewers that were lost, we wouldn't be doing that bit in the first place.
Chrome, tell your mother thanks for last night. D.
Yikes, wow. Shots fired.
Clayton, my goodness.
Shots fired.
So we got some goals to hit these next couple of fights. I think we're going to really grow this community nice with these cards. So I'm looking forward to these fight buddies and making some new friends. Let me know with the ones in the chat if you're going to be with us for all 3 events. Now, Wednesday is not going to be like a spectacular night of fights, but we're getting fights on a Wednesday. So that's always wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Harry Potter was a bitch. He had to use a wand with magic and tricks to win a fight. Take that wand out his hand and he is fucked. Blade is the only real fighter out of all bitches. His only power was he could walk in the daytime.
His only power
Blade was great.
was he could walk in the daytime.
Blade
and
was
he sparkled
great.
when the sun hit him.
Blade, what? Sparkled? What the fuck are you talking about? Isn't that Twilight? The fuck you? That's not Blade. Blade never sparkled.
I wanted to see if you would catch it.
There's a lot of people that are going to be joining us. That is absolutely wonderful, wonderful. By the way, not Pale Monkey. Pale Monkey, yeah, dropped the thumb. And look at Nightbot followed it up. Hit the fucking like button, for God's sakes. We got 97 likes with 153 people watching. Let's go. Like the video, throw us in the algorithm, and be wonderful, wonderful, for God's sakes. All right, so if anyone complains about these fights on Wednesday, I want it. This is the job of the people in the chat. If anyone complains about this card on Wednesday night sucking, we are getting some enjoyable fights, just a time to spend with each other. If anyone complains in the chat, I want you to light them on fire. I want you to mention their name, spam their name in the chat, and repeatedly make fun of them until they cry. Because no more making fun of, no more criticizing a Wednesday night card. And thankfully, no more criticizing.
No more.
We're getting some fights on a Wednesday night.
No more.
Now look at this guy's hair, Mike Davis.
No more.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
Blade's other power was that of not paying his taxes. Just like a black superhero.
Because he technically doesn't exist. Get him on.
Oh, shit.
Never mind.
By the way, thank you. Who said that in the chat? Oh, my God. I just noticed this. Who said that? I did not know this one. Wait, who put it in there? More like Khabib Goat. More like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning card. Holy shit. I didn't notice this. Did you notice this?
What?
7 a.m.? Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Now you really can't complain. You think people can complain that's on in the morning?
That's 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh, my God. Now, this is definitely a breakfast card. Holy Nike. Hey, this is good for the UK peaks.
Oh,
it's
you know
good
what we should get for breakfast? That one place that we haven't had in a while.
Okay, we'll talk about that then. But let's talk about this thing being early. Jesus.
Love it.
You like that?
I like a bit the switch up every once in a while. You know, it's refreshing, keeps you on your toes. You know.
Oh man, I tell you what, a lot of people are not gonna be able to watch this.
Of course they are.
So the Khamzat fight, if Khamzat was fighting Edwards, this would have been at 10 a.m.
I guess.
Wow.
I gotta pee.
Wow, man. A lot of people are gonna miss this. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna miss this card. And I mean, listen, people have lives. For God's sakes, they're not all like us, like no life people like myself and Jesse. Wow, I don't think this is gonna be on ABC though. This card, this is. No, I think this is ESPN Plus. Yeah, ESPN and ESPN Plus. Let me look at the other one if they put it on the website. ABC.
I think both the fight nights are on ABC.
What? Really? No.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Jesse thinks that both fight nights are on ABC. Let me see. This one here is definitely on ABC. Yeah, see? Watch on ESPN Plus or ABC. But this one here is not. No, because, like, isn't, like, Good Morning America or some shit on? I don't know. Man, how you guys going to watch? Well, a lot of people are homeschooling, right? So if you're homeschooling and, you know, just you flip your phone on, catch the fights, fuck it, ditch school. Yeah, just take. Is anyone taking off from work for these fights? Like, I don't know if the card's worth that. But is anyone going to, like, ditch work to watch these fights? I mean, that's pretty fucking hardcore. Can't really criticize it because, what's it called? Yeah, I'd rather watch the fights live. I start working out at 10. Extra computer in the room, so Justin's going to be watching it. Yeah, how you guys going to be watching this card? You guys going to miss it, or?
Wait,
Wow.
Oh, my belly's getting in the way.
Yeah, it's getting almost that time. All right, let's see what the chat's doing. All right, how you gonna do this, man? The UFC making it a little difficult.
All right. Duke Chronic says January 20th, Trump starts his second term. Has anyone ever missed work for a Bellator card?
Yeah, probably not.
I'm going to Anne's place to watch, says D'Antoine. Pale Monkey says, damn it. Guess I'll just watch it at work. Philip V watching at work. J-Lock says, LOL, MMA Genie. I will be physically at school, so I make it back in time for the main event because where I'm at, it starts at 12 and I get out at 2. The MMA Genie says, gonna have an extra computer in the room. Can't get too excited in Google Meet. Kind of, could you imagine Justin doing, like a class and he's supposed to be quiet and all you hear is, oh!
Justin, are you listening? Are you paying attention? Oh, shit! Oh, he doesn't really curse.
He doesn't say shit.
Yeah.
He says,
oh,
shoot.
Snap!
Oh, dang! We got that broken fire stick. It's awesome.
Well, listen, if you're at work, and we'll be live, so we'll be letting you guys know what's going on. If you can't get the fights or anything like that because you're stuck at work, throw the headphones in and listen to our velvet voices.
Santiago Ponzinibbio should move up weight class to put the beating on the last gay vendor. Taco Slurpee says crack streams got shut down. Yes. Yes, they did.
So, listen, there's always a way, right? But if you can't find a way, we have a link in the description. We haven't been talking about it. ESPN Plus is going to be showing all this stuff down below. Everyone that signs up for ESPN Plus, where they have all the fights, we get a benefit from that. We get a little kickback from the ESPN Plus. So use our link in the description or what Nightbot is spamming over there. And if you're going to buy the pay-per-view for the Conor McGregor fight and Dustin Poirier, the rematch, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be buying the pay-per-view because there's no crack, you know? So if you're going to be doing that, use our link down below, and it helps us tremendously. So thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's a bummer, man. Well, I mean, I like doing morning cards. All right, now here's a question, Jess.
What?
If you're not a morning person, right?
Stop saying that. I'm always every morning, ever since you've been saying that, I've been like, "Good morning, Moss. How are you?
Okay.
How'd you sleep?" And I make you coffee, and like I make you breakfast.
All right, you're being very defensive. Can you let me finish?
Because I am a morning person.
Okay, it's not an insult to not be a morning person. Most people, I'm not a morning person.
I wake up before you to make sure I'm in a good mood before you wake up. So you always wake up to a smile on my face.
Okay. Listen. But you have to plan. You have to plan your wake up because you know you're not a morning person, right?
So that you have a good day.
Okay, I understand this. But what I'm saying to you is you do this because you willingly know. You know that
I'm grumpy when I wake up.
Yes, okay.
Are you guys going to do another live stream while eating out at dinner again? Was funny as hell last time. Your wine tastes like crap. Right as the waiter brings out the wine, LOL. Sneering face.
You know,
Perfect timing.
I was looking back on that stream a little while ago, and those were some good times. Unfortunately, Nando did pass from COVID, so rest in peace, Nando. But yeah, those were good times. Maybe some other time.
Listen, when things open back up and we can have a normal dinner without masks and shit like that, which I mean you could do in some places, but yeah, 100% we do that again. Thank you, Clayton. Hey, Clayton's been making it rain.
Wonderful.
Okay. So anyway, so all right. So now you've admitted to listen.
But I don't like. I understand what you're saying, but I'm a morning person by the time you wake up.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. No one cares about that. What I'm saying
but
is
I
this.
care because you make it sound like I'm all grumpy and stuff.
Okay.
I'm not.
But what I'm saying, I'm just going by previous morning fight streams. You're kind of not feeling it, right? We all know.
If I eat, I'm good. Like if there's food in my stomach and coffee in me, I'm good to go.
Early MMA is not your thing, right?
It is if there's food and coffee.
Okay. So what do we look forward to?
Food, coffee, and fun. I make a conscious effort to have a good time in the morning.
Okay. I'm not saying you don't make an effort, but I'm saying what's the over-under? Like, what are we going to get?
As long as there's food and coffee, everything will be fine.
Okay. All right.
Everything will be great.
Okay.
Stop doing that. You put it in my head, and then I get all weird, and I start worrying about it, and I stress about it, and then when the time comes, I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, Moss. Don't put it in my head.
Why are you freaking out?
Everything will be okay.
Okay, but this is not an attack on you.
I don't like it in my head.
I'm just joking around, like saying.
I just.
All right. Anyway, so morning time. We'll tune in and we'll see if Jesse has coffee and food or not. We'll find out. All right, so that's this card. But the one good thing is the Poirier versus McGregor fight, the rematch.
Yeah.
That card next Saturday. Well, that's at the normal time. So we get to actually hold on. Let's see. Let me just make sure before I throw that out there. No time.
Yeah, there's no time on that one yet.
Okay, so what's that about? Are they going to shift this thing around?
I don't know.
All right. Well, speaking of food, I got to eat. All right. So let's. Listen, we're gonna get more into this card next week. I know everyone wants to be talking about the Conor versus Poirier thing. That's all anyone wants to talk about these days. But we're like skipping past Max Holloway versus Kattar. If you want to see our thoughts on that, run it back to the beginning of the stream. And if you want to know what we thought about Michael Chandler, run it back to the beginning stream as well. Let's just finish up the stories and get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so we already talked about the Nate Diaz thing, so we don't really have to go over that. Dana White's booking Nate Diaz for a lightweight return, saying he thinks that we're going to like it, but he didn't really say what it was or what the idea was.
Let's speculate here. Okay.
I say maybe we see like a second. It's at lightweight, though. Never mind. I was going to say Masvidal, but it's at lightweight. Oh, shoot. Lightweight.
Well,
Ferguson?
Can we talk about the Instagram live stream where I predicted that when someone came in there, they says, are the Diaz brothers coming back? And I said no to Nick.
I said no.
And I said yes to Nate. I said he will come back. And you looked at me during that Instagram live at the MMA-Holes. We pop up there live. You better come and join us. You looked at me and said no.
I'm convinced, and there's nothing confirmed. This is, what, Dana White never lies? Come on. Get out of here.
So you're still sticking with Nate Diaz is not coming back?
I think he will come back. But at lightweight, what's going to be the fight?
Let's look. Let's look at the light people. Let's go to the rankings, and let's find out who will be the next fight for Nathan Diaz. Okay. Now, I'm not seeing a top dog. You know, and he lost to Masvidal, the whole BMF thing. Tony Ferguson.
Ferguson versus Nate Diaz.
Really makes sense.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, that is the fight to make.
Because if you think about it, Dana White is kind of you can tell Dana White's kind of like, all right, maybe Ferguson's maybe he's done.
Let me throw something at you. Okay, now Ferguson is the fight. Yes. Yeah. But let me throw something at you. Would you entertain Kevin Lee?
I knew you were going to say it.
Versus Nate Diaz.
I don't find it interesting. I would much rather see him fight Tony Ferguson.
I'm kind of interested.
I think Dana White knows that we would rather see him fight Tony Ferguson.
I know people hate Kevin Lee, right? But there's something about Kevin Lee with his new head tattoo.
Stop with this Kevin Lee shit already.
I'm kind of interested. It's probably not going to happen. That's pretty far-fetched.
That's so stupid. I hate that. I would much rather see Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz.
It's pretty far-fetched, but I kind of like it. I'm trying to think of anyone else. But yeah, Tony Ferguson's the fight. If Tony, and Tony's already, he's calling out Khabib. He's calling him fathead. He's on Instagram. What is he doing?
But I think he realizes that everybody else is kind of like falling off of the idea that he's really going to be anything in the lightweight at any time, down in the future. So I think he's just trying to lobby himself. So by calling out Khabib and just being crazy, like he's just lobbying for himself. Here
is the Instagram post, which is a little weird. Tony's. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, where was that whole long ass thing that he wrote?
Maybe he edited it.
Oh, here? Is this it?
Oh, it could be the other one. Over on the left.
That
in the middle, up the top.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He said, "Take off your glasses. I measured my takedowns multiple times on good old Fathead with the belt he kicked. He was very angry crew. Hashtag ankle pick. Champ shit only. Hashtag tough. Days fucking A. Hashtag road to gold. Hashtag here we go again. Hashtag fuck him if he can't take a joke."
Okay, so what is going on with Tony Ferguson here? What are we seeing?
He's
here?
off his rocker and he's kind of lobbying for himself because people are like, people don't care anymore, They just want to see a fun fight with Ferguson. They don't see him for any title contention or anything like that. And he knows that. So now he's got to talk mad shit.
And then his final... Actually, no, there's been a lot of posts on Instagram. I believe I can fly. I believe... What the fuck is going on here?
He's dancing.
Oh. All right, hold on a second. To the people out there that don't think this man has brain damage, can you explain to me what in the holy hell is going on here?
He's dancing, Moss. What do you mean? I was yawning. What? Why did you switch seats in the middle of a yawn? I was yawning. Mom, look at this. Look at this. Look at. You had to switch seats in the middle of a yawn.
Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz. That's the fight, right? Let's see what the chat says.
Oh, God. Joe B says, LOL. Steve Sparks, Tony jealous of the Gooch's bat edit. Kanoda says he's dancing to Latino funk pop disco. He walks out to it. Anonymous says like he's already losing it. Gyno Sanya on the juice 100%. Joe B says Khabib is scared. Lil D says Nate versus Dos Anjos. Aunt Ann says LOL.
Oh, the rematch? You want to see a rematch? I don't want to see the rematch.
I would rather see Nate versus Tony. Let's be honest.
RDA will do the same thing. Chop his legs down. RDA will kick his legs out.
Diaz versus Paul would be fun too. Tony needs help.
Yeah, Tony needs help.
Jake Paul?
Let's be real here, right? I think he meant Paul Feldermoss.
No, what about Jake Paul?
Lightweight.
No, I'm
Jake
saying.
Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul.
What the fuck? It's boxing. It's not even the right
I want
weight
to see
class.
that. I want to see Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul. Call me crazy.
Paul? At lightweight, you want to see Diaz versus Jake Paul?
I want Jake Paul versus
at
Nate.
155 pounds?
I want it. Yep.
Stop talking.
Give that to me. I want Nate Diaz to beat the fuck out of Jake Paul.
He said Jake Paul.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Mons.
I want that.
Stop.
If Jake Paul is going to fight, make it Nate Diaz. That is the fight to
Oh,
make.
God.
Yeah.
The fact that Dana White said, you're going to love it, I think you're going to love it, that screams Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, it's got to be Tony. It's got to be El Kukui. I think El Kukui's like, okay, I was embarrassed in that last fight. Get me in there. Get me in there, coach. And Nate Diaz is like, I want to play, I want to come back. I want to come fight. Give me Tony Ferguson, man, because that guy's fucking weird. That's actually audio from Nate Diaz. All right, any final stories?
Michael Bisping calls for accountability in MMA judging, saying, in any other walk of life, if you do a shit job, you get fired. So why isn't it that way with judging? According to Jed Meshew of MMA Fighting,
Buddy.
They say don't leave it in the hands of the judges around Michael Bisping. This weekend, Max Holloway will return to the cage against Calvin Kattar. We already know all that. But basically, Michael Bisping said, I hate the expression, don't leave it to the judges, because no fighter wants to leave it in the hands of the judges. No fighter has ever thought, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this in the hands of 3 random people that I've never met. I'm going to work my ass off for several months. I'm going to put my career on the line. I'm going to put my health on the line. I'm going to fight in a fight, and I'm going to do and what I'm going to do is a strategy. I'm going to leave it in the hands of the judges because we all know they're all making a lot of mistakes, so that's what I'm going to do. Nobody ever plans it. You want to get it in, get out. You don't get paid overtime. If you can get a quick knockout, great. Unfortunately, when you're fighting the best guys in the world and you're also one of the best guys in the world, you can't always get them out there. Almost every event there is an outlandish fight that's scored. Even commentating, I've been like, what the fuck? How did that judge even come to that conclusion? I've said it before and I'll say it again. They need to be held accountable. Number one, these guys are doing a job. They're doing a job. They get paid. So you've got to do that job well. In any other walk of life, if you do a shit job, you get fired. When I say held accountable, it's very simple. If there's an outlandish score that doesn't make sense, he sits in a room with 2 or 3 judges and you explain why you scored that round that way. And if you can't give a feasible excuse that's rational and believable, then you're either incompetent or inaccurate, and either way, you're not fit for the fucking job. It's as simple as that, and I don't understand why that isn't implemented. Sometimes one judge's decisions can change your life, change the amount of money you're about to earn. Might make you a champion of the world, might make you not champion of the world. This is high stakes.
Can you repeat that? I think I missed what he. Can you repeat what he said?
He's not wrong. Let's be real. Like, I know we're making fun of it and everything, but he is not wrong. He says the same thing that all of us have been saying for years now.
Okay. Thank you, Michael Bisping, for Captain Obvious. Thank you. Everyone knows this already, Michael Bisping. Thank you for saying that. Because you came out and said that.
It makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I'm sure everything's going to change now,
yeah.
Michael. Oh, by the way, just want to say this. Bruce Buffer will be on the MMA-Holes.
You were supposed to keep that a secret. Why would you tell them?
Jesse, shut up. Bruce Buffer will be on the MMA-Holes at the end of this month. Bruce Buffer will be on the show. Our announcer, for God's sakes. He's been announcing this show forever, and he will be with the MMA-Holes at the end of this month. Thank you.
Why did you talk to me like that?
Well, because really trying to make a spectacular announcement here, and you're like, why'd you say that? Terrible. Yeah, Bruce Buffer will be on. Like, why you gotta take a shit? Why you gotta take a dump on my announcement?
Because I thought it was a secret.
It's like, I didn't give you permission to say that. Well, no. I did put it on Facebook already. So with the cat's out of the bag.
Can you take it back?
No.
Bruce Buffer.
Yes. Are you excited about that?
I am. I actually have quite a few questions for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bruce Buffer will be on the show. Okay. That's exciting. Yeah, that's good stuff. So we've been meaning. It's my fault. We should have had Bruce on many moons ago. They gave the green light. But what happened?
Opened the door.
And
we held it open for months until we decided to walk through it.
And Robin Black's coming on too. I'm a new man, 2021. I'm a new man. We are having Robin Black on possibly next week. He actually had some mouth surgery, so he can't come on right now. He's under the weather, and I hope he gets better. But maybe next week or the following week we'll have Robin Black on. But yeah, both guys, I was supposed to. Robin was nice enough to give us a follow on Twitter. Say, hey, reach out to me, and I'll get,
He didn't say it like that.
And we reached out, and we, it's coming on. So Bruce Buffer, Robin Black, we'll have some more peoples on. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff. What else we got in the news?
That's it.
Oh, that's it. All right, Jesse, we did it again. We completed another successful show. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm feeling wonderful, Moss. Now I'm going to go make us some raps.
Oh, we're going to have some raps.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. We can't.
What?
we can't leave quite yet because there's something that we forgot to do, and I feel horrible about this, Jesse.
What?
I am so sorry. I'm incredibly sorry. But
Phew.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Fuck me.
What are you doing? What's up, Max?
Hey, Jesse, you forgot that I was on, man?
No, I mean, listen, we've had guests coming in and out, so I always forget which guests are coming on
How
tonight.
you forget about me being on, man?
I shouldn't forget, because you're such an important person, you know?
Anyway, what it is.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Do you think
Yo, look at me punching Volkanovski right now.
Yeah.
My fist is my fist is what it is.
Do you think the UFC is going to cut you if you lose your next fight?
No, I don't know why I always said that I was going to cut me when I fight.
Yeah, I mean, they cut who they cut, right? Yeah, but you don't think you're going to be one of them?
It won what it won.
Yeah, I won what one. So you're going to win your next fight is what you're saying?
I fight when I fight.
Yeah. When are you fighting?
It is what it is.
Oh, okay. So how's your fiance doing now that you're
Oh, she looks beautiful. You want to see her?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Oh,
Look nice, right? She look good, right?
She does look good.
Yeah, she look good.
The wrinkles on the forehead make all the difference.
Oh, yeah, she look good.
How do you feel about the wrinkles?
Oh, I'm going to flip her all sorts of ways on Saturday.
Yeah, you feel how you feel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to get your lingo.
You know what I'm saying? It was what it was.
Yeah, it was what it was. Wait, but I thought it is because you're currently engaged.
Oh, it was what it was.
No, your last fight was
It
what
was.
it was, right?
It fight when I fight.
Yeah.
I fight what it is.
How's your son?
Oh, my son is a son.
He's a son, yeah.
He dances. Yeah, he dances.
He dances?
Yeah.
How's his dancing?
Oh, it's
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on in these last few minutes, Max.
Oh,
Holloway.
tune in. I'm going to smash some faces for you. You could go to my Facebook gaming channel, and it's going to be wonderful. It is what it is.
Okay. Bye. Oh, good. That's Max Holloway for you guys.
You think I was going to end the show without having Max on?
Way to sum up the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, guys. We will be live again on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time for Fuka Friday. Don't miss it. And then we finally have some fights coming up. What did you do, Moss? Why would you go and do that?
I don't know.
What's that? Oh, God. We finally have some fights this weekend. We'll be live 10 p.m. Eastern time Friday night.
Super
Clayton.
chat.
Nunes versus Jack is more fair than Diaz versus Jack lol.
You don't want to see Diaz smash Jake Paul's face in? I want to see it, man. Do you think Nunes? You think Nunes could beat Jake Paul, Jess?
Yes, I do actually.
I don't know. In boxing, it's a big man, 200-pound human being, youngster he can throw some punches. I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right.
Thank you.
Uncle Whiskey.
Uncle Whiskey is the 77th member, baby. Drop your favorite emoji, members. Drop the emojis, members. Yes. Uncle Whiskey. Whoa. That is wonderful.
All right, let me sum this up real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to be live on Saturday for the fights, the start of the UFC Fight Island. So make sure you're there. We're going to be live for the entire card doing our live reaction, the best reaction show with commentating so good it's like you're submerged inside the octagon. We'll also be live this Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern time for Fuka Friday, where we're going to play the points game, the greatest game on YouTube. If you want to be there, we're not taking any people who come in before the show starts. We're only taking those who come in when the show starts. So be the first 5 there. To win the show.
New pig graphic.
with the new hog. Yes, the new hog.
New pig graphic and song.
Make sure you become a member if you want to have the little hog that La Pink Duck is dropping in the chat right now. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your continued support and generosity. We love that you guys are here. We wouldn't be here without you. And don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.